It's very rare that we ever get to start a video with a Stell idle animation, but we're always happy to see Stell anytime. Hello, BB Gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Omer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. And the reason we're starting with Stell today is because the banner has changed, but it's also the first time that I can actually look at the banner in a long time. For anyone who's new to my channel, you might not know that I don't like spoilers, even like tiny spoilers. I like to just keep everything so fresh. And that means I've been having to avoid some banners here or there, new characters here or there, but I've been told that I actually can look at the banner this time. And it's actually one of the rare occasions that we can actually do so. So I thought we could spend some time to actually look at the banner. And yeah. So let's see. Who is this? Asheville? Asheville? Who the hell is this? Oh my god, look how many freaking wishes we have, by the way. Holy hell. And that's, by the way, I didn't do anything special. I didn't pay any money. It's literally just from logging into the game and doing story missions. Asheville. I have no idea who Asheville is, but he looks like very out there. Is that the word you could use? He looks like he's some sort of detective in some way or something like that. Oh, and Misha's on the banner too. Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting like a Moze Eidolon either. So Misha's on the banner also. That's my son. Misha is my son, by the way. Then we have Cynthia as well. That's really, really cool. Cynthia is such a fantastic character at the same time. Also, 13 days for this patch, by the way. I did hear it was going to be shorter. 13 days. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. I'm not sure if we'll be doing the trial today, but we'll see if we'll be doing the trial today. But I definitely wanted to check out the banner regardless, and these light cones. Man, that's sick. That's super sick. That is a gorgeous light cone. That is gorgeous. I like the light cones because they're always like on the level of like Yu-Gi-Oh almost to me. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. That's so sick. That's so sick as well. Yeah, they're always like on the level of like a like Yu-Gi-Oh card. Like, and I mean, I'm not saying they look like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm saying that, like, you know, when you look at a Yu-Gi-Oh card, it's like, man, this may not be a card that is useful to me right now, but it's so pretty, so pretty. So Asheville's a very interesting character. How many wishes do we have in the standard? Just 2. We can do the 2 wishes here for the standard banner, right? I don't know if like I want to get my son Misha, you know what I mean? I don't know. We might have to do a trial at some point and see. We got plenty of time as well, by the way. There's no rush either as well. Skip that through there. Let's do one more warp. Yeah, like there's no rush whatsoever to do a trial whatsoever. I don't think there would be spoilers there's not gonna be spoilers in Cynthia's trial, so we can definitely do Cynthia's trial and then, you know, whatever. It's not about really about spoilers. I don't think wait, this is 27 days. And this is 13 days. Oh, wait, so this is interesting. Is he going to stay on the banner for 27 days and she's going to stay on the banner for 13? So this banner will change again? That's really interesting. Super, super interesting. Yeah. Very, very cool. And then we have in the travel log, sick. Oh my, sick. I'm not going to look down at the Trailblaze mission or anything like that as well. But we will be collecting these as well. This character is crazy, man. This character is like edgy suave. He's like, it's like, he's really fancy, but he's really edgy at the same time too. Not that it's a bad thing, by the way. When I say edgy, I don't mean in a bad way. I think it's just like, you know, probably very intentionally out there with his design. Like the wolves and like the kind of like silver, almost like melted silver on his arms as well. It's a really crazy out there design. But he also looks very interesting and intriguing, and his staff looks really cool too. Man, we're just getting a lot of wishes here off the bat. That's really cool. Yeah, that's a really cool banner. Okay, and Cynthia's on the banner too, and it's really interesting that, you know, the Cynthia's only on the banner for 13 days. Maybe like, no, that wouldn't make any sense. I thought maybe she was on the banner already, maybe, but that wouldn't make any sense. I think it's just probably like they're doing something maybe for the anniversary that's coming up, for sure. Yeah. See, the thing is as well, like with like, it's one of those situations where, like, I would wish just to get Misha, not because, and a Moze Eidolon, not because, like, I'm going to use Misha, right? But that's my son. This is my son, and I can't just leave him in the void. You might be like, hey, is Misha supposed to be, isn't he like the memories of Mikhail? And I'd say to you, you're saying it wrong. That is my son, right? And I think a lot of you have said he's your son too. It's a really cute design though. It is really adorable. So I could wish just to get, to try and get him as well. I'm not sure what my pity is though. Should I check out what my pity is just before I do anything like that as well? You know what I mean? View details is probably what we're looking for, right? Records. I just want to see. Just want to see. Literally the last wish we got was we have no pity whatsoever, so we could definitely wish to try and get Misha and get our son on our team, guys. We could definitely wish to get Misha on our team and not worry about, like, potentially getting a 5-star, because I'm saving all my stuff for Robin, right? So I'm obviously, like, no matter who's on the banner, we're not going to be getting them because we're saving all our stuff for Robin, right? For sure. But we can definitely wish to get an Eidolon for Moze. But we might already have an Eidolon for... Let me check really quickly. He might already be like a C or what, an E5. I'm worried about going across here now, but I think he should be in the early stages. Yeah, there he is. He's not even 1. I wouldn't have a problem with doing that. At least 1 to see what we can get. You know what I mean? For sure. We have no pity, so it's not like we're going to get... And even if we do get, like, we still have, like, so many wishes. Let's go for it, right? Let's go for it. To try and get Eidolon and try and get our son. Let's get our son. And I'm going with Cynthia because I know Cynthia, right? And I adore Cynthia. So, like, if there's an off chance on the 1% chance that we get Cynthia, I won't be, like, a feeling of, like, do I know if this guy's good or not, right? For sure. So let's go for a 10 warp and just see if we can get... We'll go 2 10 warps and then we'll leave it there because I don't want to go any further. We'll just see if we can get our son or an Eidolon for... Moze. Ah, there we go. Our son. Look at him and he's fallen over. Someone pick him up. He's a baby. Someone pick him up. Calvin, he's the memories of Mikhail. That's... Stop it. That's literally a baby. Okay? Oh, that's pretty lucky. I wonder what Misha does. I just got him because, like, it's like, you know, he's my son. But I guess we could use him on a team as well. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I'll do one more 10 wish to see if we can get an Eidolon for Moze. But then after that, I'm going to just kind of, like, drop it. That's what I'm going to do. Because, again, I'm saving all my wishes for Robin. Even 1 Eidolon would be a nice thing. Even 1, you know? Okay. And also an Eidolon for Asta, but again, I'm not a massive fan of using Asta. Unfortunately. Not a huge fan of her gameplay. So, probably won't be much use to us, to be honest. As a character, really like Asta. As gameplay, no. Not really that much of a fan. Oh, really, really cool light cone. Is that Hurt and Ruin May? Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that 100%. So just to talk about, like, the rules of the banner, the rules kind of apply the same way we applied to the story. If it hasn't happened, I don't like talking about it. I don't want you guys to talk about it. I know it's kind of weird for new people to be like, what does it mean the banner is a spoiler? It's just a thing for me where I like to do what you guys, I like to react to what you guys first thing and be surprised by it. So whenever there's, like, updates like that, when it comes to, like, the banner, and, like, even, like, quests, I don't know about current quests either, or something like that. Like, hey, currently we're doing this. We talk about just, like, the current playthrough as it is. You know what I mean? As it is right now. There's a difference if, like, say there's, like, an update coming up where it's like I have to go into the menu. Like, someone's like, hey, Calvin, like, check out the menu because there's like this, right? Like, if someone tells me, like, oh, don't want to look at that. Do whatever that was, I don't want to look at it. But, like, the wishes, right? You take the wishes. Whatever that is, you get to take the, you know, I'd like to know about that, of course. But, obviously, it's, like, being vague about it as well is a good thing, too. Like, say if there's, like, a thing where, like, say, the good example was recently with the character picker we got recently. Remember, I got the Aventurine. It's okay to be like, hey, you're going to get to pick a character coming up very soon. but don't tell me who the characters are, right? I like it to be a surprise, and then I pick on the spot with you guys. I think it's a really fun. And also, like, I think it leads to me picking characters that I truly, truly want, because I don't have time to think about, well, maybe this might be more useful. It's like on the spot, I go, I love this character. Click. You know what I mean? And when the banners, it's just fun to react to with you guys. Yeah. So just like in the future, like, if we know that as well. So we won't be doing all the trials here, but we will be doing Misha's, Moze's, Asta's. I don't know if we'll do Asta just because, like, I know how Asta works, and, like, I'm just being honest with you. Like, I thought I'd have fun with her because I love her as a character, but I just didn't have fun with her. So I don't know if we'll do Asta's, but and, like, we know Moze as well, so we might do, like, Misha's, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, because they might have other characters that might be fun as well. If there's a character that we don't really know from, like, a new world in this beside them, then we won't actually do them. But let's start with Misha, because we actually just got Misha. Really, really cute artwork. Let's try it out. Who's Misha with? What's Misha's team? Consuming skill points can increase ultimate damage. Characters' ultimate can freeze enemies. And then we have some other characters here as well. Oh, he's adorable. And he does, yeah, look at this. This is so funny. This is hilarious.
Please, wait a sec.
He's just our son. You know what I mean? He is. Oh my god, he's tiny. That's not even funny. Oh, they made like the tiniest character in history. but Calvin, he's the memory of Mikhail. I don't even know who Mikhail is. I think you made that name up. I think you genuinely made that name up. That didn't even happen. This is real.
Yeah.
This is our baby. Look at this. We gotta save up for a college fund for him, guys. We gotta save up. Okay, let's try this out here. Level 80?
Looks like a troublesome guest.
Why is it level 80? Did they? Oh my god, I have to up the equilibrium level? Is that what's happening? We will fight it anyway. That's hilarious. Oh no, we might be level 80 anyway. Here we go, Misha. Adorable. Excuse me, please, is the name of his move. Deals minor ice damage to enemy. Room service. Oh, stop. Deals ice damage to an enemy. And minor ice damage to enemies adjacent to him. In addition, increases Misha's next ultimate hits per action. The next one's gonna be late. Deals minor ice damage to a single enemy. The attack bonus is 3 times by default, up to a maximum of 10 times. Before each hit lands, there is a minor chance to freeze the target. Okay, so ultimate is minor ice damage to single enemies. The attack then bounces, I should say, 3 times by default and up to a maximum 10 times before each hit lands, and it can freeze the target. So, okay. And the actual skill is deals ice damage to an enemy and minor ice damage to enemies adjacent to it. That's really cool. Then we have the talent. For every 1 skill point allies consume, Misha's next ultimate delivers more hit points per... Oh, that's really cool. Wait, you were so beautiful? Oh, Misha, you're not allowed to have a girlfriend. You're 2. Creates a special dimension that stops enemies within upon entering okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay.
The smell of sin.
So interesting enough, having Hanya here, not bad.
I shall be the judge.
Because she definitely can give us more skill points as well, right?
By the will of the 10 lords.
Oh my god, lads, I'm sorry, he's a baby.
The 10 lords decree.
This is not funny.
Hereby ordained.
This is actually not funny. You know? Okay, so this is Blast. He's a baby.
Still in denial. Recount. Hope I don't mess
And this
up.
will give us more skill points as well, right? We might as well see his normal attack too. He mops the ground. Let's see the ultimate.
How much to...
Stop.
Sorry.
This isn't funny.
Give it up.
It's not,
I shall be
like,
the
what they're
judge.
doing here is not funny. There's Pela as well, by the way. Pela, I think, is like one of the few designs in the game that I'm not a big fan of. Just never liked it. I think it is because maybe I'm going to insult Pela fans here. I apologize. She just like kind of looks like if you told me that was like apart from like maybe the facial designs and the hair, if you told me it was like an NPC, oh god, Pela fans are gonna kill me. If you told me it was like an NPC, I wouldn't be too
Let's
shocked.
start today's duties.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Cleaning up now. This is serious.
Well, listen.
How much time do I have?
Stop. It's crazy that Mikhail never existed. I shouldn't say she looks like, I think it's just at a distance, right? She has a designed character. She has a personality. You see her holding onto the books and stuff like this as well. It's just not my favorite type of design.
Time for a good old counterattack.
Which is rare because I think in Honkai Star Rail, and I feel so bad for her that she's like one of the very few. Because Honkai Star Rail just has like S tier designs every 2 minutes. If you had every character in Honkai Star Rail in a room and you swung a stick around, you're hitting like 1,000 great designs.
By the will of the Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordained.
It's gonna happen.
Still in denial, I shall be the judge. Let's start today cleaning up now.
So that starts today. But damn. And of course we get to see the most amazing move again. Look at this. It's just that he falls over and no one picks him up. The world is cruel. Okay, yeah, we might, since we already know how to use Moze and unless there's characters in their team, like let's see who's in their team, because it might be interesting to see who's in their team, because we know how to use Moze at this point. Yeah, let's just do the trial then, because again, I think I know how to use him. If I don't, look, how about this? We won't even look and we'll just try and use him. Because I feel like I've used him before.
Crow feather stealth.
I'm steady.
Keep going.
It's about the comeback moves, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Fight changes with changelessness.
So, but is there someone who has like follow-up
No
moves
manners,
here?
huh? Who will it be?
In the mood for another beating?
Because every time this person gets attacked, I believe then we're...
Enemy targets detected.
Or is it when he does this move?
Time to reap. You cannot.
Because remember, he marks his... Yeah, he marks his enemies. Oh my god, did he do 2 follow-ups? Yeah, he marks his enemies.
Scared yet? Commencing support.
Darkness charge.
Yeah, and then he does a follow-up attack as well.
Time to mix things up.
Oh my god, he restores with a can of soda. I definitely want to see, you know, the...
Who invited you?
Yeah, some of these moves anyway.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old
Like there
counter.
she looked like she obviously looks more designed, of course, but there's the follow-up once again.
How's this taste?
Saving me won't
Okay, let's see this as well.
earn you any favors.
Nice, like a good brew. Foot, my friend.
I know he has so much low health, but it's okay. We're just seeing this anyway.
Yourselves!
Like a freaking Wolverine claw?
Who will it be?
It ain't over.
Enemy targets detected.
There's no time to lose.
Ignore this as well.
Scared yet? Ready for another?
Darkness charge.
Okay.
No manners, huh? Who will it be?
Yeah, he's I mean, we have Moze on the team with
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a
with
good old
Mark
counter.
7, so he is very good. He's very, very good.
Everything's
But of course, people
ordained.
probably say, "Here's why you're
To
using
these
them wrong again,"
trailblazers,
like because it
your
probably does
blessing.
happen sometimes. Which is okay.
Darkness charge.
And we have the follow-up attacks. But
Commencing
March it
ready
works
for
really,
another?
really well.
Who and huh?
Nice, like it, my friend.
This freaking Wolverine claw is insane.
Indulge yourselves.
Just get him out of there as well. Yeah, I don't think we'll need to do Asta's, just being honest. And it's not like, again, no offense to Asta, unless he has someone really like interesting on our team. I don't. Yeah, like and like we don't need to do a trial for Don Hong and Stell. You know, we do not. As much as I love those characters, but we will do one for Cynthia. Who I adore as well. So hi, and we have Cypher. Is that Ruin May as well? Very cool. Hyacinth. Summons little cat when allies' HP is lower, heal them. I think we can look at this when we go into the actual move as well. Speaking of tiny, Jesus Christ. Her and Misha having an adorable contest. And we have casters as well.
Be careful.
So
There's something unsettling ahead. Emerge from your cocoon.
we can now see this caster's move, right? Oh, it's the freaking dragon that brings. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. And that makes sense as well. So basic attack is deals Breeze kisses during circus. When Breeze kisses circus, it says. Deal minor wind damage to one enemy. Summons Mesmerite, Little Ika, and restores HP for all allies. Really cool. The ultimate is summons Mesmerite, Little Ika, and restores HP for all allies. Enters the after rain state while Hyacinth is in the state. Increases all allies. Okay, so yeah. Okay, we saw we had this happen before. She summons Ika. It restores HP. But it also increases max HP. When Hyacinth or Little Ika provides healing, increase Little Ika's damage dealt. Okay, so every time we do healing, we increase their damage. I didn't know that either. When the next battle starts, restores HP. Okay, cool. And there's also one for Mesmerite as well. Oh, this is the damage that it does as well. Okay. And then also there's Caster, so we haven't gotten to like really use yet. So, oh my god, she's so freaking cool, isn't she? What an S tier design. Like, isn't it just like an S tier design? So the main move is deal minor quantum damage to an enemy. Skill is consumes all allies' HP and deals quantum... All allies? Or is it just some of their HP maybe, hopefully? Deals quantum damage to one enemy and minor quantum damage to adjacent targets. And this other skill is consumes all allies' HP and casters a Netherwing. Launch joint attacks on the targets dealing quantum damage to all enemies. Doomshriek dawns chime, summons the Mesmerite, Netherwing, and advances actions by 100%. At the same time deploys a territory that decreases all resistance types for enemies. That's pretty cool. Jesus Christ. What do you mean exclusive? When allies lose HP, Caster's gains New Bud, increasing Caster's Netherwing's damage dealt. When New Bud reaches its maximum limit, she can activate the ultimate. While Netherwing is on the field, HP lost by allies except for Netherwing will be converted to an equal amount of HP for Netherwing. So when she takes her HP, they gain New Bud, which increases Caster's Netherwing damage belt. Okay, that's cool. So it's like a trade-off, like for taking their health away. And her Sanctuary of Monococoon. After obtaining Casterus or when Casterus is in the current team, receive the following effect. In battle, when an ally character receives a killing blow, an ally character receives the killing blow in action, enters the moon cocoon state. This delays becoming downed and all allows normal actions after the action and before the start of the next turn. If the current HP increases or a shield is gained, moon cocoon is removed. So it's like a last chance. It's a last chance. That's so cool. Gee. Oh, that's what I remember there was like a thing on the screen. Oh my freaking god.
May death protect us.
What the hell?
Let's try this other way.
That is insane.
I choose you. The future is bright.
Oh my freaking god. That's the Fooly move that we haven't gone to use that with Stelia. Oh my god, guys, remind me. I have to like level up like Stell at some point. I forgot we haven't gone to use her yet.
Have some sunshine. I shall remember this warmth. May this faint light.
Look at this. This is Team Cuties and Psychopath. We love her though. We love Rune May. We love her.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the sky. I shall remember this.
And then the League attack as well. Support. Men give support? That's
Life
awesome.
Is not so fragile.
A little bit of a blast as well.
As you wish. Enjoying yourself.
And it takes health away from them. It said that in the skills, or maybe that was this for this instead. And we have Rune May as well.
Eternal.
We've used Rune May before though, right? For sure.
All will be swept away by the wind.
Yeah, her move is awesome. I think I remember seeing this before. Wait. Can we do this again?
Embrace a new life.
Ripping open the sky, by the way. This is an insane move, guys. It's insane.
May death protect us.
Like, what an insane visual.
Trust me. We can do anything.
Stop. Giant mem with the paw. Okay. This is a really interesting team. And actually, like the combination of Cynthia and Caster actually works really well, right?
Please cherish this time.
Cherish not. We can go again with Caster's, right? For sure. I know Cynthia was kind of like the star, but like, look at this, guys. I'm sorry, but this is insane. Absolutely insane.
May death protect us.
And battle 2 out of 2. No wonder they had battle 2 out of 2 though, because
Have some sunshine. I shall remember this warmth.
this would of course go by in a flash.
That hurts. Stay away. May this faint light dispel the gloom, restore the skies.
We're going again. Yeah, the Caster's move is a star of this to me. Like, and again, I know Cynthia's move. We already used Cynthia's in previous battle. We were very lucky to get to use her, but like, this to me is like legitimately one of the coolest things ever. Like, that's the type of move that, like, you know, I feel like, you know, you talk, you know, the next day, like when you're talking to your friends, you're like, man, you should have seen should have seen Caster's move.
Trust me.
It's the RPG move that I feel like you remember forever, you know? I mean, this as well. Look at that. Oh my god, Ika, don't be jealous. Mem is cuter.
Life is not so fragile.
Bigger belly, bigger pats. That's all I gotta say.
Wish. I'm on it.
Mimi. There's more to life. So make it wait.
Yeah, it's a great combo. Yeah, we might as well see the last two moves.
May this faint light dispel the gloom, restore the skies.
Break's over.
Embrace a new life.
Insane. It makes me feel so powerful. It's crazy. Yeah, that's cool. And we'll take the rewards there as well. Yeah, that's fine with me. I'm very okay with that. So I think that we obviously won't be wishing on this banner, right? We're waiting for, and here's the thing, I don't. Here's the thing, I don't know if I even would want Cynthia. She's great, but I'd have to think about it. I think I want to make like a list of characters for you guys at some point. Maybe like we take like a day after, like in between the next act, to do like a video of like, you know, characters that I want to wish for. Because we have a healer, right? We have a healer and we have like someone for defense as well. So I don't want to just like, you know, and you can say, well, Calvin, just use it. You know, you really like this character. Yeah, but then like I also like love Casterus more and Midamos. So like I think if I like, here's the thing, it's gonna go like this probably, right? We have Adventurine. We're waiting for Robin. So the list just starts with Robin. Other characters like Midamos and Casterus are also going to be like on that list of characters that we want to get. Rappa as well is another character I've thought of as well. I'd really like to get Rappa as well. So really like that's kind of like the list of characters that I would want to obtain, I guess. But there might be more. There might be. I'm gonna like go through like I might even like see if I can like. I don't know how I do that though. Well, I just like have to think of every character that we've seen so far, I suppose. But what I will say is, Misha's actually very fun. I actually might level up Misha. He's very, very fun and adorable. Moze we already have leveled up. I should level up Cell at this stage as well, and so we can use that other move that she's had. We haven't used it really. That's the first time we've really used it since like we first got it. Cynthia's a great character, and she's always been like really great, a great healer, and like she'd be a great addition to any team. It's just that, but the thing is, like, you know, I adore Cynthia. And I do think that she, while Lotcha's an amazing healer, I do think Cynthia is a great healer too. But then again, like, it's like, we have Lotcha, you know? We have a really great healer. And as I said, it's no offense to Casterus, sorry, to Cynthia, but if it was a situation, it would be Casterus and Midamos would be the characters I would pick to be joining the team as well, in terms of Amphoreus characters for sure. Yeah, but I enjoyed this. Before we go, I forgot that I have some wishes in the menu that we can obtain. What? I just got Yukong just like that? I shouldn't have skipped it. I mean, I know it's Yukong's 4-star, right? But still, like, what? That was a nice little shocking, like, turn of events, right? I mean, we'll take it. That's pretty cool. Getting Yukong just like that. We shouldn't probably skip it, right? We shouldn't skip it. That's pretty cool. Did I already have you? Actually, it's kind of fun to skip it now that we only have one. You know what I mean? But, like, Yukong's more than good. Sorry, wrong button. You know? Really, really cute. You know what's so interesting? I miss Balebog every day. Yeah, I mean, I'll take Yukong. You know what I mean? Yeah. She will not be leveled. But she's there. Welcome to the team, Yukong. You know? She goes beside Pela first time. Yeah, and here's the thing, like, Yukong looks cool as well, but it's just like, I don't feel, I think her story is great, but I don't feel the same connection I do with her like I do other characters. She's a great character, it's just not on the connection level, for sure. Man, coming into this and seeing this again, how beautiful this is. It's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous, it's so, so, so gorgeous. Let's keep going with this quest. As you guys saw in the last episode, I ended around here, and we're going to be doing it throughout this quest, right? Because obviously this is going to be very... It feels like, you know, we're going to be having probably a lot of, like, very story-heavy stuff here. I'm going to be taking weird breaks. I'm going to be taking weird... There might be sharp cuts. Just so you guys are aware of that. Just so you guys aren't surprised. I will be pacing myself like crazy during this quest, and I let you guys know last time, and everyone, like, so far was kind of like, yeah, cool, you know? Perfect, no problem. But I would like to do that rather than just be like, you know, I don't want to be at a point because I yap a lot and because I like to talk about every single tiny thing. I don't want to be at a point where I'm like 5 hours into recording and I'm like annoyed at what's happening. You know what I mean? I don't want that to be a thing. So we're going to pace ourselves in maybe a weird way, but this place is absolutely gorgeous, guys. And we talk about the contrast of how instantly it's just so beautiful and so different. It's so cool. I also want to thank them. Some people commented already saying that... like kind of filling in some blanks for me as well, like, and confirming some stuff. For example, like, you know, I was like, is it Noose or Herta that like was abandoned these things? And it is Noose who abandoned these things. There's also a correction that was made that, like, again, it was slip of the tongue for me because I know this. I know this already, but like I'm glad that like someone like pointed it out so I can be like, oh yeah, I did say that. Dr. Ratio is not part of the Genius Society, right? He's not. He's IPC. But I think I just categorize him as a genius anyway. You know what I mean? Even if he's not part of the society, 110%. Yeah. So like I'm glad I could clarify those things. I'm glad people can clarify those things for me as well, and it's always good to have that because I think there's a lot of stuff that comes at you in Honkai Star Rail, you know? There is, and that's not a bad thing, but it's one of those things where you have to kind of like, you know, the way I see it is, and I hope you guys don't mind me calling you guys a net. Not a net as in the name of net, but like, I watch the story, I get maybe 90% of it, and then you guys follow behind me with a net, catching all the stuff that falls behind. Does that make sense? I like that community aspect of doing story-based stuff, to be honest.
All awake now? Great. Let's go see.
Phainon, show me how to use a sword like you do.
Oh my god.
Wait till you grow a bit more.
He has a smile in his voice again, and it hurts so bad to hear it, because it's like, we know that's not there all the time now. It's such a fantastic location. We're gonna have to walk a little bit slower.
Phainon, where are you headed? No Cyrene today?
That's exactly where I'm
So
going.
clearly they're inseparable, as you can see here as well. They're inseparable. This music as well is gorgeous. Because, like, again, like, people associate you with Cyrene already, you know? Man, look at this location. Oh my god. The golden nature of this place is what's so gorgeous, isn't it? It's so pretty. And there's Cyrene. It's so gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, guy. I recently got, like, a new TV. After, like... Oh. Whoa. I love that her voice is haunting, but it's not like this, like, perfect... I'm not saying she's bad with her. I'm saying it's like, it's not like this perfect, like, angelic tone. it sounds, it's beautiful, but it's natural, right? But you can never beat the idea of like a character singing like a haunting kind of tune, right? You can never beat that idea. But I was gonna say I got into TV after like such a long time, and like Honkai Star Rail is even prettier. But then again, Honkai Star Rail will be pretty on a freaking CRT. There she is, Cyrene. It's so crazy that this character that was once like almost like a mythical creature is now in front of us a lot of times now.
Found you.
My God, he's so like, there's such hope in his voice, man. This is painful. What the hell? There's so much hope in his voice. That's Cyrene. Oh my God, man. What the hell, Honkai?
Goodness, look at you rushing about. You've got the poor swing all startled.
Something so simple about having a character, instead of saying something right away, looking towards Phainon and giving a little bit of like a smile, kind of like just like a pleasant smile. Very warm feeling, right? Man, I'm so excited, guys. I'm having jitters as if I had like 2 coffees. That's how I feel right now.
Huh?
It's you. What do you mean it's you? Who are you?
There's something oddly unfamiliar about this.
Unfamiliar? That's a weird way to put it, right?
Something wrong? What do you see?
That's an interesting interaction, right? Oddly unfamiliar.
Oh, nothing much. Just suddenly felt a strange connection.
They are like really working overtime with their animations, by the way. They are working overtime with their animations here. It's just something so simple. The hands behind the back and the little, like, you know, drift back and forward. But she said she felt a strange connection. The wink?
Look at you, leaves in your hair. Were you sleeping in a tree again? Or was it the wheat fields this time? At least brush yourself off before wandering around.
She's like caring for him as well.
Come
Did you see that
on,
wink?
I'm not a kid anymore. You're the only one who still treats me like one.
Oh my God, he even has such a softness and like there's like, you know what I mean? There's like, it's almost like there's a gentleness. He's always gentle, but the gentleness in Phainon here comes from like someone who is taken care of rather than someone who's taking care of. I know he's probably taking care of everyone here, and he's clearly like someone who like is looked up to here as well. But you know what I mean? It's like there's a difference in like Phainon's voice where he's outwardly giving like love to a lot of people versus the voice of someone who clearly has like felt such love. You know what I mean? It really feels that way, you know? And I don't think they're mutually exclusive, by the way. I want to make that clear. It's like I think that he still gives love, and in the other world he gets love and still gives love. But you know what I'm trying to say? It's like here he feels like he is in like a state of like, this is my that's his whole story. This place is perfect to him. Why would he ever want to leave, you know? This was his
Sure,
Elysium.
sure. You may have the height advantage, but when it comes to maturity, I'm leagues ahead of you. Still fantasizing about being in heroic adventures and imagining yourself as one of the characters? That's the kind of thing kids do, not grown-ups.
I don't know, man. Like, I hear stories all the time of tweets going viral and people are like, me falling asleep, imagining myself being like a knight in medieval age. It's like, I don't know. Let a man dream.
Don't you agree? And since you're playing along with his antics, who are you pretending to be
Wait, who
today?
am I pretending to be? She's like locking in on Stell. Like, look at this. The wink, her saying this as well, the connection. Hi there, I'm Stell. Greetings, I'm the Stellaron Hunter.
Today, she's going with Stellaron Hunter.
That's honestly, I am a Trailblazer first, always, right? But I think I'm a Trailblazing Stellaron Hunter. I'll take the moniker.
Steal a heart hunter? Planning to steal someone's heart, are we?
Why is she like they're intentionally having her go close to the camera, I think, because there's something very mystical about her character, and I think they're trying to get the player as well to also be immersed in kind of like, whoa, like she is radiant, she has this like, again, this mysticism about her. I don't think it's unintentional that she's constantly like claustrophobically shut, like right up in the camera. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. And steal a heart hunter, I will sell Steel's hearts all the time.
Switching roles again? What happened to being the valiant hero from a distant shore who made that solemn pact to learn the sword?
Spare me. Can we not bring this up?
God, I have to stop saying it, guys, because it just keeps affecting me. I'm never going to go over his voice here, you know? Never.
Speaking of which, what about those oracle cards? We haven't done divination in forever. Why the sudden interest?
I was just about to tell you. Earlier, while napping on the swing, I had the strangest dream.
Yeah?
There was this mysterious voice in my dream, calling out for something.
Wait, you had that dream too?
Because he did also envision that too, right?
Yes, you too? That would explain this lingering sense of unease. Which made me think of those old oracle cards I used to play with as a kid. Though the Ornyx prophecies were always hit or miss.
It's interesting that prophecies are like such a big part of like every single part of Amphoreus, right?
Yeah, all the kids would get so excited drawing cards like ruler or warrior, but throw fits over devil or drunkard and demand a redo.
Yeah. And this is the last time I'm going to say it, guys, because knowing I'm harping on it, but like it's just something that affects me so much is like the reason why Phainon's voice is so effective now. You hear the way he even says this, right?
Yeah, all the kids would get so excited drawing cards like ruler or warrior,
Listen to his way he says
but
drunkard.
throw fits over devil or drunkard and
Like
demand
there is a carefree nature to his voice that feels like so distant from the flame chase journey. You know what I mean? There's a carefreeness in his voice. Because even when he was like when we met him, he's always been very caring and lovely to us. But like he seems so bouncy with his voice here, like so like energetic even here. A lack of burdens, maybe you could say too.
If you just redo it when you don't like the result, what's the point of divination?
True, very true.
The blessing of childhood. Believing the gods might not notice our little corner of ID Silicii, willing to let our small deceits slide.
So again, our corner of Elysia, it's almost like an Elysium, right? Yeah. So believing the gods might not notice our little corner of Elysia, willing to let the small deceits slide. So it's like saying that like, oh, they're not going to notice us.
Still, fate is absolute. After all, we never really know just how far into the future the prophecy extends.
Anyway, let's go to our old secret base and look for those oracle
Do we have
cards.
to focus on this here because she had a close again. Still, fate is absolute. After all, we never really know how far into the future our prophecy extends. So we don't know how. We don't know. We know that prophecies are here, but we don't know when they're going to take place, right?
Now, where did we hide those?
I can think of a few spots. Let's go check it out.
This is so golden. You know what I mean? This is so golden.
In a village this size, I bet all our childhood treasures are exactly where we hid them.
Time must
This is
be
what I'm
keeping
talking
them safe
about.
for us.
He's had fun, and I want to make this clear. When Minamos is around, he's like the most comfortable person in the world. Look how beautiful this is as well. But like I feel like you don't have the bounciness in his voice. We always had like a sweetness to his voice, but the bounciness is what I'm talking about. The drunkard and like the different tinges in his voice. And again, you could say Cal was just coincidence. I don't believe that Phainon's voice actor, after putting on such a change in his performance from the start of Amphoreus to now in the Flame where he's, you know, in the point he is now in the Flame Chase journey, I don't think you can call it an accident when that was happening. You know what I mean? Also, it is so amazing to me that we are with Cyrene right now. Not just because like she's a character that like is really interesting and mystical and all this stuff as well, and she has like such a weird connection with Stell here as well, with the wink and all this stuff too. It's also because like the way that they built this up since the start of this whole story is incredible. She was the cliffhanger at the end of the first act, right? And then there was stories about her over time. And just like in any type of like story that really builds up something like this, it's going to take a while to really like feel it as being natural, because at all times I just think about like that's Cyrene. That's the character that has been built up in our mind for so long, you know? And I think they're doing a good job of living up to like whatever hype we had in their head. It's not even hype, but just like she is like magical. Even like in her normal state here, she feels magical, and you almost understand Phainon's like god tier devotion to this character, because it's not a weird devotion. It's like this is the gal that like supported him for so long, you know, and you can understand his kind of like feelings, I guess.
It's mine. I caught it fair and square.
Give it to Livia.
You did not. It's mine.
I'll give it to Piso.
Phainon, Cyrene, come quick. Look at this huge bottle I just caught.
Give it here! My rod, my cat! I only let you borrow it, remember?
Piso, I'm kind of going to side with Livia here. I'm kind of going to side with her because, like, that's like saying if you give someone your truck to do deliveries. Now, you might have to pay them for, like, pay for gas or whatever or something. But, like, you know, she caught it.
What's got you two so worked up? Here, show me.
She caught it. Wait, what? Phainon's childhood drift bottle. A handwritten letter sealed in a glass vial, and the wheatgrass stitched paper. The handwriting blurs at the edges, softened by the seeping water. Dear stranger, been a long while. Who finds this drift bottle in the future? It's currently the month of fortune, the final month of the year. Everyone in the village says if you do something tied to the fortune on the last day of this month, you might be blessed with an unexpected good luck. So I decided to write this letter and cast it into the sea. Just let the currents decide where it goes. I want to share a little bit about our village and our dream. This is pretty cute. Our little village is called Ides Elysiae. Have you ever heard of it? Let me tell you a bit about it. This is so cute. This is so cute. We've got a golden wheat fields, you do, and ripples that ripple like the sea, and tall trees that shed their leaves. Right in the center of the village stands the statue of Ornyx. At the end of each year, the village gathers to celebrate the winter solstice. Very beautiful. We leave offerings at the statue, roast grape pies, herb fried fish, ooh, goat's milk, ooh, all kinds of tasty food. Last year, I sneaked some malt candy and ended up with a tooth ripped straight out. Mom and Dad said if you throw a lost tooth under a tree or bury it beneath a rock, a new one will grow back, just like a seedling sprouting in the soil. I love always hearing like the different stories that different cultures have, of course. Like the most common one that I know is like the idea if you leave your tooth under the pillow, of course, and you'll get money. money. I remember searching and searching, pushing through the tangled grass behind their courtyard, until I found this mysterious hole. I tossed the tooth inside, cupped my hands like a horn and yelled, "Hey, come out!" Nothing happened. When I went back this year, the hole was gone. Weird, right? You don't think I'm being childish, do you? I'm not like Cyrene. She can already host the festival, and she's great at telling future with oracle cards. I love the little misspellings, right? They say the card you draw shows what kind of person you'll become. Last time I drew the Deliverer, everyone went, wow, whoa, the Deliverer stuff as well, right? The prophecies. People really like the Deliverer, but I'd rather be a wanderer or a scholar. Oh, scholar. Well, being a Deliverer sounds super amazing, but it also, and by the way, the way you spell amazing is how like a kid would say it out, you know? It also means carrying a really heavy burden. I'm not that amazing, so I can't be Deliverer, says the most amazing, incredible character in history. Well, maybe not in history, you know, but still amazing. Few and Ides Elysiae ever journey far. We don't hear much about the outside world. All I know is that there are all kinds of city-states out there and a lot of great heroes. The bad part is they're always at wars. I don't like wars, and we know he doesn't like wars. If the world were more like our village, where everyone knows each other and works together, harvesting grain, herding sheep, why would we ever need to deliver? And again, he does. He said that before. He hates the idea of like his outside battles. He's like, he doesn't understand why anyone would go into these battles, which makes him so interesting that he's on the front lines of like being that like defender of Akama now, because he never saw himself like this. But Miss Pythias' uncle Galba both say that one day when I'm a little older, I should go see the world for myself. If I could go anywhere, I visit the mighty Castrum Cream Nose. Oh my god. Find the greatest craftsman and ask them to forge me my Cartonus. But also, like, you know, Lily knows that like his future. And here's the thing, I want to make this clear, by the way, is when I say like soulmate, it doesn't have to be like whatever you guys think it is. Because I think soulmate can be a friend as well, right? And soulmate can be a loved one. And I really feel like it's one of those things where like Mightimos and Phainon is like meant to be in whatever form you believe it to be. You know what I mean? It's meant to be a thing. Like they go together like peanut butter and jam. You know what I mean? It just makes sense. With that sword, I protect our little village. I want no part in wars. Right now, I don't even have my sword of my own, just a stick and a hoe. And by then, I hope the outside world no longer needs a deliverer. That would be the best thing ever. So that's my home, and that's my dream. What about you? What about your home? What's your home like? What do you dream of? You could write it down too, toss it in the sea, and let the tides carry it to the next stop. Oops. Just realized this letter has misspellings, just like my essays in Mr. Pythes' class. Please don't let her be the one who finds this. Mrs. Pythes' class. Or I'm totally getting docked and detention. Don't get Phainon out of detention.
Wait a second. This is my old wish in a bottle.
His voice.
How did it end up here?
Ooh, I want to see. What did little Phainon wish for?
This is so cute.
Not happening. This stays sealed.
Tiso, Livia, dinner's ready.
Oh, coming, Mom! Finally, I'm starving. See you later.
You know what's funny? I really thought tossing that bottle into the sea would carry our wishes beyond Ides Elysiae. Maybe even bring something back to us.
But it just brought back your wishes back to you again?
Never thought the waves would end up pushing it back ashore.
Interesting. Maybe that's has a deeper meaning to this, right? Funny how the past finds its way back. I want to read it. That's an interesting way of putting it, Stella, right? How like things will come back around in a way too. And in a way, like, you know, with Cyrene kind of like returning in the game as well. Phainon's past is always like catching up with him, it feels like, right?
Kind of disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, but I do think that this is so beautiful, by the way. I do think that that's what they're trying to say here. Like the past will like always like come back again. I can't get over how pretty this place is. Yeah, I think that maybe there was like a little bit of a story about like I guess, you know, as you know, giving hopes to another world as well, as he said there as well. But again, like the idea of like it is like, you know, his hopes returning back to him, his questions returning back to him, the past coming back to him again and eventually as well. And I think that, you know, lines up with the idea of the Flame Reaper. It lines up with the idea of Cyrene. While Phainon has, you know, grown to the point that he has like looked towards the future quite a bit, the past is always kind of like staring him right in the face, right? For sure. But a very beautiful letter as well about Phainon's hopes of like for the future as well. And it's always so interesting to me as a character to know that he like never wanted to battle. That wasn't a thing that he wanted.
Slow down, kids. You'll trip.
Thank you. We'll be careful.
I hear they're hiring at the company down the road. Yeah, Beeswax Not Yours Incorporated. You should look about getting a job there. Okay? No trip. That's actually very sweet. It's a very sweet moment. It just, again, makes the world feel very lively. There's a care there for 100%, you know? Like if random like adults go like, hey, don't be running now. You're kind of like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, as a kid. But if an old lady says, you're like, oh, she's lovely. You know? I think so anyway.
In the sunlit barn, amid the scent of ripened wheat, they found various fruits hoarded by squirrels, and a wooden figurine missing arms and legs.
A wooden figure missing arms and legs. What?
My unfinished little soldier? After all these years.
Oh, that's Lygus doing the narration? You see the excitement in his voice as well? Again, all this stuff from the past coming back, right?
Hey, this is the one Mrs. Pythias confiscated. Finally back in my hands.
She took it and never gave it back?
Phainon, Cyrene, where are you two headed?
Oh my god, another one needs to get hired by Beeswax Not Yours Incorporated.
Speak of the devil. Mrs. Pythias. Is
Pythias.
school out already?
No classes today. This morning, I used fallen leaves for a reading, seeking Orynyx's wisdom. They warned of potential injuries, so I gave everyone a holiday.
Wow. I'd be trying to manipulate that all the time.
Besides, it's harvest season. There's plenty of other work to be done, even without classes.
Sure.
With you being our only teacher in ID Silicii, you must be working so hard.
She also must have a lot of leverage.
Anything for my students. I don't mind the work. When you travel far from here, you must visit the Grove of Epiphany for me.
Wow.
To see what a true haven of wisdom looks like. By the way, what are you looking for in here?
Oh, his smile.
You've been searching quite thoroughly.
Quietly hide the wooden soldier. Yeah, we know. We're not snitching.
Friend. Time to take our soldier home.
Oh my god, his voice. You see what I mean? There's such like a wonderment to his voice.
All right then, I should be going. It might rain tonight, so don't stay out too late.
Yeah, there's no way I was snitching on Phainon. Are you kidding me? That's so sweet.
So this is where the wooden figurine you carved during class ended up. And here I thought I knew all your hiding spots.
To be honest, I'd forgotten all about it myself.
No sign of the oracle cards.
But that was worth it though.
Let's see. Ah, there's one place we haven't checked
Yeah.
yet.
And honestly, like we got like a little bit of insight into the world. Not only like the care that these older people are giving here for these characters, the knowledge that everyone knows each other, the educational system here and how it works, how people like will take days off if they get like a bad omen. Like there's little tiny things that you're getting to learn about this place too. But yeah, there's no way I was going to snitch on Phainon. Are you kidding me? He can have his doll if he wants. So gorgeous. This place is so pretty.
The weather's great today. Have fun.
True. Very true. Very true. Let's take a look from the outside for a second. Yeah, so pretty. The way the leaves hang down. The golden leaves are so gorgeous in this game.
Well, those were the days. We'd always meet either by that statue in the village or right here.
Right? And I remember you never used the front door when you wanted me to come play. You always climbed over the wall. You were such mischief makers.
This is adorable. What if I die?
Just like a certain someone who has a habit of showing up unexpectedly,
Who's that?
right?
Can't pin me down, can you? Wait, what? She keeps talking about us, right? She keeps talking about us. Who's that supposed to be?
Maybe it's you.
Stell looking over her shoulders. Cyrene is taking a big interest in Stell.
Hey, I was just copying those storybook heroes. They never take the beaten path.
Oh, Phainon.
Still, it's embarrassing. I've been the only one here for a while, and I haven't kept up with the cleaning. With so many spots to check, where should we even start?
Let's try the roof. How about the courtyard? How about the cellar? Roof is very Stell. Right? I think roof is very goblin-like.
Come to think of it, I haven't checked the roof in
Yeah.
forever. Worth a shot,
I feel like
right?
Stell's like the person who would like look at all these different places like cellars, behind the couch, all this stuff, and she goes, let's try the roof, you know?
All right, let's split up. I'll handle the yard. You check the upper floor.
Every time he opens his mouth, I just want to squeeze your cheek. Ooh.
I wonder what the view's like from up there.
I wonder
Worth
how
checking
pomegranate
out?
juice with milk would taste.
Try it. Why not try it? There used to be a drink called Smooth and Juicy, which had dairy in it. And it was dairy and orange. And I thought it was pretty cool for what I remember, but it got discontinued, I think, because people didn't want it. I don't remember what it tastes like, so I don't want to sound like I was really into it. I just remember trying it once and not hating it. So I don't know what it tastes like. I don't remember what it tastes like, but I remember as a kid just being like, this doesn't taste that bad. So I don't know what it was. Yeah, like I never like got that whole idea. I think it's just like expression. I'll go squeeze your cheek, but like I never got doing that because like whenever like, you know, an auntie or uncle would do that to me, I always be like, this is like the worst experience ever. So maybe I don't want to do it with other people. This place is so pretty. Holy hell, man. So gorgeous. Oh, we're alone with Cyrene here.
The girl before you carries an air of mystery, her secrets elusive, yet her demeanor toward you is exceptionally warm.
This is insane to me. This is how good Honkai Star Rail is. Isn't this just how we described her? Right? We described her as mysterious, but like kind of open and there's like a warmth to her. Man. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, we're so, again, as always, it's not because we're smart. I think it's just because they have great character portrayals in this game. You know, they do. And like, the way that they describe themselves is usually what you feel when you meet them for the first time.
You can't help but wonder, could there really be some kind of mental connection?
I mean, she winked at us. She talked about us like as if she knew us, right?
The view here hasn't changed a bit.
It's really pretty.
You know, besides the swing under the big tree, this has to be my favorite spot in all of ID Ciliciae.
It does lift up your spirits being up high. The sea stretches out as far as I can see. 3, 2, 1 jump is very still.
Hey, what are you doing? Please be careful.
I've made an effort to be more Stell-like, I feel like, in my approach to things in this game now. I don't know.
I'm just a small-time diviner. I can't turn back time if something happens. They always said
She does
I'd
have such a
become
warmth,
the
doesn't
next
she?
priest of time, just because I heard prophecies as a child. But here's the thing. The more divinations I do, the more doubt creeps in. I want to believe the prophecies, but actually leaving ID Ciliciae. Where will that waiting ship take us, I wonder?
Yeah, it's really terrible because again, it's one of those things you have to have your faith in the prophecy, but at the same time too, that like the fear of actually carrying out that stuff is massive.
Here they are, the Oracle cards.
You see what I can't get over this. You're going to kill me with this voice acting. It's adorable. Looks like he won this race.
Guess reminiscing makes us take our time, doesn't it?
Truly, truly. So yeah, so what she said here is like, yeah, I always said I'd become the next priest of time, right? Ornyx, right? I just because I heard the prophecies as a child. But here's the thing: the more divinations I do, the more doubt creeps in. I want to believe the prophecies, but actually, yeah. So it's like I believe in this stuff, but like doubt is always going to come with this as well, you know. And actually, there's a difference between like say like I'm gonna move to Australia versus actually getting on the plane. You know what I mean? There's a big thing. It's like, oh, my future is over here, but getting there is actually really difficult. You know?
There we go. Looks like the gods do listen to our thoughts.
I guess so.
Here it is. This is the box where we kept the cards.
But the cards are gone. Who could have taken them?
Huh? What's this underneath?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do re mi fa sol la ti ta. Do re mi fa sol la ti. Stamped paw print. Are these animal footprints? Nice cards, all looking good. Wait, what was the last one?
Someone switched them out.
Sorry, I just saw that. Oh, you sound so sad. Sorry. Let's see what the choices are again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don Hong and Void Ranger Jaw. Okay. Okay, Stell. Okay.
Ah, I see now. Those sneaky little ones. So that's what they've been up to.
Ah, the ones from Remembrance Maze, you mean?
Yep. Let's head to the back of the courtyard.
Yeah, this place is glorious, isn't it? Yeah, I imagine, like, especially with the opening here as well. Like, imagine a summer day here. Imagine, like, a spring day here, actually. Oh, my God. Can you imagine just, like, sitting down here under, like, this shady part here? You know? Holy hell, man. It's really gorgeous. It really is. So they said that Cyrene was going to become the Ornyx priest, by the way. But obviously she ended up dying, right? She ended up getting, or from what we saw her die in that image with the Flame Reaver, right? So I still want to see what happens with that as well.
The entrance should be around here somewhere.
Right here. The path to the maze is hidden under all these weeds. It's been too long since we visited the fairies.
Yeah, it's a very childlike wonder about this, right? For sure. Fairies?
Did you forget? We used to visit them all the time when we were little.
Oh, see, like they're saying that Cell is with us this whole time. That's what I think. I don't know if Lygus made it this way or what's happening with them.
All right, let's do this. These weeds need to go. Pretty sure this is it. Should be this way.
Is there?
There it is. The entrance. That hollow in the tree.
How beautiful is an RPG a forest trail? Absolutely stunning. Are you kidding me? Remembrance Maze.
Once you get through the tight squeeze in the hollow, you'll reach their dwelling.
Their dwelling.
The Remembrance Maze.
I wonder if I can still squeeze through there.
Maybe worry more about whether the fairies will let you in. After all, the Remembrance Maze has an invitation-only rule. Only children with pure hearts are welcomed.
Did you think that they made this a thing as well? Like, you know, when you're kids and you make up stories about like different things, like and stuff like that. My Trailblazer profile should let me get me in, right?
Trailblazer profile? What's that?
We're never getting Phainon this like hopeful again. You know what I mean? This gentle again.
Regardless, how about we try getting through the hollow first?
He is gentle, but he's never gonna be like this like pure ever again. You know? He never will be.
After you, then.
What? Oh, sure, I'll go first.
So hasty, as always. Looks like it's just us now. Care to finish that chat?
Please.
To be honest, from the moment I saw the cute note left by the fairies, my intuition became even more certain.
Yeah?
Perhaps when we step into the maze again after all these years, the wheels of fate will finally start turning.
What do you mean by that? Want me to say that?
Oh, just a girl's intuition.
Okay.
But you know what? Even if fate is set on its path, no matter where it steers the world, if we're together, there's nothing to worry about, right?
I suppose. Well, I do agree with this, but Cyrene's talking about Stella as if like she's again. Phainon's doing that too, right? Like she's just part of this world, right? That they were just like it's like they're all childhood friends, like a trio.
So, if you're willing, forget it. If the wheels do begin to turn, that's when I'll make my request.
She's such an interesting character. Such an interesting. Oh, look at this!
It! Oh, that wasn't easy. I can't remember the last time I came here.
This music.
We were still kids back then.
This freaking music. No way.
Wait a minute. Are you?
Is that?
Look who it is! Rini and Snowy!
What the hell? Is that Mem? Talk to Mem? Is that Mem? What? Look at this area as well. What the hell is happening? This area is glorious.
Wow! Look who's finally back, Memmy!
What? But it's not Mem though. Like they're smaller. They look a little bit different. They're more purple than pink. But she's saying Memmy. This music as well is so like fairy tale like, so mystical and magical as well, man. This is like so magical.
Snowy, you've grown so tall and dashing. I couldn't even tell it was you at first.
See, there's one of the question marks about the dialogue, which means that like it might not be Mem themselves, but like maybe like they talked about the fairies, right?
We had to grow up. Sometime.
But look at Rini.
Rini?
She hasn't changed one bit. How fascinating.
This is crazy that this is just happening. You know what I mean?
Perhaps I'm like you, Rayleigh Mem.
Rayleigh Mem.
Just another fairy of the maze.
So they have Mem in their name at the very least. Rayleigh Mem. Mem's purple now? Did you dye your fur? So Mem's... sorry, they're Mem's like an organization?
An organization? Hardly. They're not that organized. They didn't even have proper names before we came along.
Wait, so these aren't like just like mythical creatures. These are like real creatures that like Phainon and Cyrene named? Do you think then there's like a... Like, if they called a Rayleigh Mem and they named him, and this is actually like a true part of history, could they have like been also responsible for naming Mem?
Dolly Mem, Rayleigh Mem, Mealy Mem, Folly
There's no
Mem.
doubt, right?
I've missed these cute little troublemakers.
Very creative names, by the way. They're very cute, though. Yeah, that would make sense then, right? Because didn't, like... Mem was born saying Mem, or Mem appeared to us just saying Mem. Would it be possible that Mem is here? Like
We used
our
to
Mem?
gather around the fire, singing and dancing, imagining all our future journeys. Without coming back here, those memories might have faded away entirely.
It's good to come back and see this stuff too. I love how happy they are about this also.
Oh, how good you, Snowy.
Oh my god.
You swore you wouldn't forget about us. But you were gone so long, you almost did.
I'm sorry. This is so freaking funny. This little creature like talking this little squeaky voice. Like, and again, it's beautiful in terms of, again, the magic of this whole thing, right? Talking to these like creatures. This mem-like creature, right? Which again is confusing. I'm sure they're gonna let us know about what's happening here for sure if there's multiple of these guys as well. But the mystical and magical nature of this is just so beautiful. Like it's like a fairy tale.
Oh, he's just copying those bards from his stories, being all melodramatic. He couldn't forget about you all, even if he tried.
Love that. And you all, by the way, there are multiples. There are multiple mems.
Actually, we're here for the Oracle cards. Have you seen them?
Oh, the Oracle cards.
Voice is so cute.
The chief asked us to get those.
Who's the chief?
Chief? You mean Dolymem?
Dolymem is the chief, okay.
What do they need the cards for? If they want a reading, they could just ask me.
Oh, I'm not sure. But Chief specifically wanted to meet with you all.
Please.
Let's see. They should be... That's it. This way, everyone.
Man, getting to explore this place as
Watch
well.
your step. The trunk's slippery.
Again, like it happens in RPGs sometimes where you get to go to a place like this, a wooded land, but this is just so stunning. Like even like the cold kind of bluer colors that like are kind of like, you know, contrasting the kind of brighter greens due to the moonlight that's coming, or the light that's seeping through there. Maybe not moonlight, but light that's seeping through there as well. The waterfall over there. This is gorgeous. It's so pretty. So we have multiple mems, and they're all called Mem. It leads me to believe that maybe there's a possibility that Cyrene and Phainon could have named Mem originally?
And Snowy have returned.
If Mem came from here.
Why do leaves and branches
Stop.
grow? Which way does the wind blow?
Dolymem has a bob. Dolly Bob. Oh my god. Why are they all so cute? This is crazy. Like, this is the first time you've ever seen anything that like resembles Mem other than Mem, and it's like in this world with Phainon and Cyrene. And this Mem is crazy.
In Membrance Maze depths, we seek to find the answers future left behind.
The answer to the future left behind. Like the answers from the past. This music's so beautiful too.
Welcome back, my dear children.
Oh my god, I know you're like a chief of this place, but you will also get belly pats. It will happen. You can you can't stop what's coming. This is crazy, man. Like it's so weird. It feels like it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real. I thought you'd be a pink Mem. What? Oh, did the game think we'd be expecting it to be Mem? Do you think so?
Pink ones? That's strange. I don't recall any pink fairies in the Membrance Maze.
So they didn't know our
Have
Mem.
you seen any, Chief Dolymem?
Oh, Chief, you haven't changed a bit. Still so full of life.
At its core, while this is like a very confusing thing that's happening here, right? Like at its core, this is just like a nice little like magical adventure with friends, right? Like what we're doing here. Like I know like we have to like snap out into reality eventually again, but it's just like taking it for what it is, like in this kind of mystical world. It does feel kind of nice.
Oh, no need to fuss, my child. You haven't forgotten, have you? As long as our songs are sung, the children of the maze will live on.
So as long as like wait, was that the song she was singing when we first talked to her as well, like? But I guess it's kind of like the idea, as long as people remember them, they'll live on forever, I guess?
Just as our paths stay forever linked.
I can't get over this, man. We're like in front of we're in a mem world right now.
Here, take it. I'm sorry I had to resort to such methods to bring you here.
Wait, is that as I've written? Wait, mem also has is like a big part of our as I've written book as well, right?
My book of oracle cards.
I need to lie down. Our book of oracle cards? Wait, is this actually the as I've written book? Are those cards Cyrene's? Is the as I've written this whole time been Cyrene's oracle cards?
Thank you for keeping it safe. You know, you can always just ask if you want me to divine something.
That's pretty sick, I guess. Then that would like mean that like is the person doing the we should listen to the voice actor next time. It might be Cyrene doing the voiceover, right?
Still, bringing us here like this after so long.
Jesus, man.
Is something wrong, Chief?
Of course poor Estelle doesn't have anyone to like really like assess all this with, you know, because again, this would be a moment where you pause for a bit to talk about this, but you can't. You know what I mean? Which means I can't pause to talk. Well, I can, but you know what I mean? Like, that means that that book that we've had this whole time would make sense because they are like cards. Would be Cyrene's cards. Or maybe there's multiple oracle books or whatever. But but it's her book. That's what she's saying. That's her book. And Stell notices as I've written.
Yes. The Veil of Evernight whispers to us once more. It tells of a new fairy who will soon enter the maze.
A new fairy? Like a new mem?
Indeed. Every time a new fairy arrives in the maze, it means that beyond the veil, in the vast lands, far from Ides Elysiae, a great calamity is on the horizon.
So every time a new fairy enters, there's a possible calamity on the horizon. The Holy Mem continues to explain in greater detail. Well, can I listen? Oh my god, they're doing like a cheerleading routine here as well. They're so adorable. This is so wild. It feels so surreal.
But if that's the case, our journey
will have to be cancelled. If disaster's coming, we should stay in Ides Elysiae just to be safe.
Wait. Do you think that the calamity is actually coming for them? Because remember what happens to Ides Elysiae? Did they get an omen of like a calamity, but they thought it was outside, and in reality the calamity came to them? What do you plan to do?
We weren't planning to be gone for long. Just enough time to hone our abilities. Phainon would train in Castrum Kremnos, while I would seek the Fake Titan's blessing in Yanisopolis.
So they would have gone for the Passage Titan. Man, that's so interesting. I wonder if like the calamity is like what's gonna happen here, so they stayed behind.
Then we'd return to Ides Elysiae to help keep our village safe.
I'm so nervous now, guys. I'm so nervous.
It's okay. I can still practice my swordplay here. Some things you can learn on your own.
This is so nerve-wracking.
Well, probably.
That's not very convincing.
It's not, but this whole world, everything's going crazy right now. Like, I don't know, man. This is just wild. It's wild. Because, like, the reason why it's wild is, like, we have to treat it as very natural. And honestly, like, it's a really cool storytelling technique to do this because, like, we keep going and it's doling out more and more information, but it's not, like, clear information, so we have to kind of decipher some stuff here as well. But Stella doesn't have, like, Don Hung with her. She doesn't have someone else with her to kind of, like, be like, oh, yeah, what's this or what's that? And then Don Hung goes, this might be this. Because we're in their world. We're in their reality. So while, like, the whole thing with, like, why is there a bunch of mems here? Why is it the As I've Written book? What's happening with this calamity? Who they named these characters, the mems. Like, we don't get to sit with it in a way we usually would because Stell can't just be like, hey, that's my mem from Mem is pink. My mem is pink. And like, oh, and that book that you have there, I read that all the time because she's gonna be like, okay, you know.
Here's a thought. Let's have Cyrene do a reading. If fate wishes to show us its path, we might find some peace of mind.
But what if we don't like what the cards tell us?
Then we stand against it until the very end. Yeah, let's go.
Never thought of doing it that way before. Thanks, partner. We'll do it your way. Whatever the cards show, we'll face it together.
I love that. I love that.
Ask with a true heart, and truth shall answer in kind. Close your eyes, and let's open the Oracle card book together. Let your thoughts flow like stars drifting on the river, carried by fireflies and gentle winds. Your destinies flowing towards the same future.
Man, you could like fall asleep to this, right?
Now, shall we begin?
Her gentle voice.
Oh my. The cards are quite responsive today.
I can't get over Bob Mem. Bob Mem McBob.
Very well. Let's see what future the Oracle cards wish to show us.
Bob's Big Bangs. Turn to the first page of the Oracle cards. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The Weaver.
Behold.
Stop!
The Weaver. It connects the romantic threads of the chrysalis of gold, weaving all destinies into golden silk that flows toward the most brilliant, magnificent future.
So this is about Aglaya. And this almost like seems like it is like, you know, how she was kind of like, you know, bringing everyone towards the future, right?
A dance of thread and blade
Her
set
voice.
the stage. So shall it end as gracefully as it started.
Such elegance. The Gold Weaver must be of noble birth.
Oh, fine, and you have no idea what's about to happen in your life.
Such high standing. I doubt someone like me could ever reach it.
Cease this. What the hell? He literally reaches the stat. He literally is like takes over for Aglaya.
This is the gatekeeper who guides people to their true path among myriad passages.
We have surrendered our countless senses, dedicating ourselves to the sacred whispers within the temple.
So to the prophecy, right? They spread the prophecy everywhere?
Wait. It almost feels like I can hear the echoes within a temple. And are those children singing? It feels overwhelmingly solemn, yet strangely comforting.
That's and then they are like a comforting characters as well, 110%. It's so funny that Phainon's gonna get to know these characters so freaking much. Reveal the ruler.
The ruler stands for
Beast.
discipline, authority, and glory, but frequently also points to isolation and warfare.
Love Mightimos so much. Discipline, authority, glory, but frequently also points to isolation and warfare. He becomes isolated, right? He's fighting alone on the front lines.
Even should you pledge your loyalty to me
Oh,
as the
voice.
last sovereign, the glory shall be mine and mine alone. He who has slain a king can no longer bear the title. Let the withering lion walk his last path alone.
Is this showing us a ruler who forsook their people?
Oh my god, fine. This is literally your soulmate. This is literally your soulmate. What's so interesting about this as well, like the idea of like how it's perceived is not always how it's like always plays out, right? The idea of a ruler forsook his people. Technically, in the grand scheme of what Caster and Cameras would see it as, they would see it as him forsaking his people in the analytical and like literal sense. But in reality, he saved everyone, or he at least did it for everybody. He left for Caster and Cameras for everybody.
Stories of such bloodshed like this feel so different from Heidi's Elysiae. But they sure can stir the imagination.
Revealed the Traveler.
Ah, the traveler.
Oh my god.
Our little trickster. Always hiding behind other cards, disguising itself. What a rare catch.
We love Cypher as well, the true hero of Amphoreus.
Over here!
Oh my god.
Or perhaps here! Gotcha! You'll have to be quicker than that.
A teasing voice. Just like a child playing hide and seek. Surely only a master of mischief could pick up this card.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. I'm gonna. Not that I don't think we'll need this, because I think we'll remember what they said, but I still want to like screenshot it regardless. You know what I mean? For sure. So check the other cards. Turn the second page of Oracle cards to Servant.
This card,
Oh,
the
Casterus.
servant, is surprisingly light, bearing the cool scent of Antilla flowers, just like starlight. It symbolizes new life and hope, yet often brings to mind struggles, sadness,
Yeah.
and loss.
That embodies Caster so much.
These precious flowers I care for with my own hands. Are they destined to bloom only in death's embrace?
It sounds so solemn, yet tinged with an inescapable sorrow.
Yep. That is Casterus, solemn with sorrow. It's so funny how like all these people are. We're basically just describing like all your future buddies, you know. The healer.
The humble healer.
Gorgeous
may seem
card.
gentle in hue, but its courage matches any other.
Yes. Yes.
Strong enough to melt even the coldest ice.
Yes.
I will do my best to help you mend all fractures and let sunlight shine on every corner of the world.
It's so freaking true. So freaking true. The whole thing of like, you know, how she still has the same courage as everyone else.
Make a pinky promise with me. No more going back on your word.
Hey, this card really speaks to me. It makes me want to protect as much as I possibly can. Still, protecting everything, everywhere, seems like a dream. What amazing power would you need for that?
Yeah, no, it is. It's so true that that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to protect everybody, you know, and she wanted to help the common person, reveal the scholar. Oh, the card's up on the screen now. You guys can't see it. Gorgeous. Pretty little nose. Pretty little waist. Whoa, that was a weird thing there that they used to describe. Oh, I didn't click it. Sorry.
Behold the scholar.
So cool.
Bearer of many names. The grand magician. The great performer. The eye of wisdom. And the defiler of Circes.
And snatcher of wastes.
Oh, there's just one card. With all those titles, I was expecting a whole deck.
A dromus draped in finery will suffice. It's succinct enough to best summarize my true nature.
Wait, what's with that condescending tone? It's almost as if it knows what we're about to say.
That is very that too. I'm gonna again. I don't think I will need this because I think we'll be able to remember what they said. But like, and we're not going to talk about it in depth. But yeah.
The deliverer.
Gorgeous card.
According to the tripartite prophecy, this card means absolute harmony and perfection.
Wow. The hero, right? Like, and again, like it is like the perfection doesn't mean like he's like without flaw. By the way, I want to make that clear. The perfection usually just means the idea like that he is like perfect for this position. Like there's no, like he's the perfect person to do this.
In fact, it's the only oracle card without a dark side.
Wow.
What, no divine whispers this time?
Oh, silly. This is simply the card you drew for yourself.
The sleepy village of Ides Elysiae, in just one fleeting moment, welcomed an array of legendary figures.
There's the Flame Reaver.
The Weaver, Gatekeeper, Ruler, Traveler, Servant, Healer, and Scholar. Their stories and wishes showed the village boy glimpses of a world larger than he'd ever imagined.
So you're saying spiritually they visited this world, right? It's an amazing drawing of the Flame Reaver, brother, but I know what this is depicting. It's depicting the tragedy that happened here, right?
They brought tales of raging battles, of cities crowned in holy light, and of wonders beyond his understanding. Each story so far removed from his simple village life. Once, these were just images on his friend's oracle cards, and yet destiny now stirs in resonance with the maze.
So these are once just images of on his friend's oracle cards. Yeah, now they've like stirred up to become something more real, right?
And now they are right in front of one's eyes.
Is that depicting in the background? Is that depicting Phainon as well as like a little kid running away with the? And is that depicting him on the ground as well? Are these all different depictions of him as well? Gonna screenshot this just in case that might be the last line. Yeah, I thought it was.
The Deliverer. This card again.
Ah, my child. It seems you're destined to bear the wishes of many. To answer the world's call.
Bear their wishes?
It's a legitimate, like, heavy burden to hear, even in like oracle form, right? You know what I mean? It would affect you in some way, right?
Yes. Just like Kefali.
Stop.
Standing eternal atop the mountain.
So it's like interesting that like already Dolemem was like, you know, yeah, you're gonna be like Kepali, and he's destined to be Kepali.
My parents, they only wished for me to grow up, well, to help around the village, stay out of trouble.
That's so true, and that's what he wanted for his life too. This is like that line in that I'm not gonna say which anime, but you guys would know what it is. Like, you know, I don't care if he's special. He's special because he was born into this world. You know what I mean?
Mrs. Pythias wished for more books in her little schoolhouse. Wanted us to all learn and grow. And little Piso, he wants to grow up strong like its father, to become a hunter.
Look at this. He already knows so much about these people as well and cares so much about these people.
Is that my purpose? To fulfill their wishes?
Perhaps. For a true deliverer, such wishes are but droplets in an ocean.
Well, he's gonna be able to do this, like, no problem.
After all, Kefali bears the weight of the entire world.
Right. How could any human possibly measure up to a titan?
Anaxagoras screaming in the background. You are gonna be titans.
I wonder too. Perhaps.
It's so interesting how, like, you know, there was like such a, now that we know so much, and still like there's so much we don't know, but seeing, like, you know, Phainon even before he left Ida's Elysia, even before he became a flame chaser, you know what I mean? The almost like omens and predictions, all this stuff too. You could see that he was like almost like even now kind of like predicted to be Kepali like.
What's this?
No way. Did they see this back then, or is this just in this vision right now?
What you see are futures written in the cards. Or rather, the people you'll meet on your journey.
Yeah, there's Anaxagoras, there was Tribi, there was Aglaya.
Sometimes fate can guide us when we're lost. Let's consult fate itself. Maybe then we'll know why we must take this path. And learn just how many burdens one must bear to become a true deliverer.
Are we talking to everybody? No way. That's actually really, really, really cool. So, wait, they made this optional? Again, when I say, like, the reason why I think this is so incredible is that not only does Phainon not wanting to be a part, look how beautiful this is as well. Phainon not wanting to be a part of these battles, right? Not wanting to go out to war, just wanting to live a simple life. But still having so much care for everyone in his village, right? The things he knows about them, like the dreams that they have. It's like his family, yeah, he and his family only wanted something simple for him, right? To avoid danger, to avoid fighting any wars. But it's interesting that even now, even Dolemem, even you know, Cyrene, there was a thought from a very early stage that he was going to be like Kepley. He was going to support the people of his own village, or at least support the dreams of these people. Now, again, it turned out it wasn't going to be the dreams within, like, the people here, like, alive. But I do think that he is, like, you know, going to be supporting the world of Amphoreus. That was the whole idea that Ixagris wanted for him. That's what Aglaia thought of him, too. Like, it's so crazy that, like, so many people saw so much in Phainon and all the time. You know what I mean?
Well, if it isn't our little deliverer.
Our little deliverer.
My wish.
Huh. Just let me, wine and dine and soak up the sun for another millennium or two. I mean, what's the point of dying rich if you never lived rich?
This is legitimately, like, very, very cool, because she gave the whole world more time to live rich, you know what I mean? She did.
Right, Princess Homebuddy.
She's still calling her that?
Cypher, that's not how I see it.
Hearing her voice again.
My one wish is to find that missing piece in my life. To feel someone's embrace once more.
Jesus Christ.
That warmth. I've felt it before, and it's my dearest memory. And speaking of riches...
Like, legitimately, this is, like, you know, where their stories led to, right?
For someone with all those treasures behind your divine power, you've led a pretty cheap life.
Ouch! Where did that come from? Right for the jugular, huh? What about our friend from the Grove?
My wish came true before I touched the sky. I transformed my healing power into gentle sunlight, distributing it equally to every life I cherished and loved.
So when she's saying her wish came true, is she saying what happened after the battle?
You two are so selfless, aren't you? No surprise Aglaia wanted you for the flame chase journey. You know what? I did have one wild dream. To know what it feels like being born a noble lady, drowning in riches. Just think, if I traded places with that seamstress, me in the mansion, her on the streets.
You wouldn't want to do that.
I'd like to see if she'd still become the gold weaver then. Maybe I'd even take her place.
This is so weird talking to them, because it doesn't feel like we're talking to them exactly, but it's still, like, very heartwarming to be able to speak to them again, you know what I mean? All the little chuckles. Can we jump into the fit? Can we jump in and fit right in their convo? These wishes, they make you want to smile.
I can't disagree with you. These wishes aren't weights to bear. They're like those candy wrappers the Ides Elysiae children love, shining even brighter when bathed in sunlight. Warm embrace, equal healing, and perhaps living free. They're all wishing for a kinder world in their own way.
True. Very true. Yeah, that is a really great perspective. Because even, like, with Cypher, she's wishing to, like, have, like, just, you know, more time to feel warm, to be happy. Very, very beautiful stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's like this isn't, like, as heavy as I thought it would be, because, like, again, I know it's not exactly them, but it's nice to hear their voices again, right? It really is.
Personal wishes? I have none. Only the Era Nova matters. The world's rebirth. Yet, if I am to weave a new era, then it may be one where kindness and her cleaners shall never tread.
Same, honestly. But again, there's that selfless ideal as well, you know. This, and again, even like getting rid of kindness and the cleaners is to make people more safe as well, you know.
These crawling parasites have no place in Akama, especially not under the deceitful claim of human rule.
I agree.
noble lady. The way she speaks, it's like ice in my veins.
No, legitimately, that's like, this is so freaking cool, though, as well, because, again, that's like, she's truly selfless in her own dedication. She 100% is. But, like, no one's going to deny that when you don't know Aglaia, she feels cold. She feels super cold.
Not exactly the warmth I'd expect from someone selfless.
Teacher, perhaps you could share your wishes with us?
Oh, Snowy. You want to know about our wishes now?
I'm saying Snowy as well.
I wish to see Trianne again.
Stop.
Who was the first to depart.
So this is...
In the sea of flowers where the west wind ends.
This is so weird to me because this is... The way that these spirits are talking to us is like... It's mid-flame chase journey, right? Because again, that would make sense if they're all like, you know, like it's like something that Stell would already know, right? So she's saying, because like Trianne departed after we got there, and then over there, Cynthia was talking about like rays of sunshine. I think that was like protecting people during the battle that happened there. I wonder if this is like a specific time that they're like projecting.
And Aggie, I want to see you shed that golden thread cocoon around your heart. Just once more. Smile at us again like that bright-eyed girl in white who stood before the Yanisopolis temple.
And she just wanted her to like be, like, to get to be the ordinary Aglaia, right?
Finally, I pray that the footsteps of lost souls no longer wander aimlessly. Instead, replaced by the bright songs of prayer.
Her voice is killing me a little bit, man. Like, remembering these characters.
Are we wishing for too much?
It's okay.
Well, let's say these 3 wishes represent Trianne and Trinan too.
You can have whatever you want.
Those wishes are truly wonderful. They even stir something deep inside me.
Then we can rest easy. Because only you can make these wishes come true.
That's insane as well. I'm talking about like, again, because that is, it's Phainon is carrying the weight of all these characters in the future. Phainon is like, every one of these characters has made a sacrifice in some way. And Phainon is the one that has to carry their weight across the finish line. Like, it's so interesting in this sense as well, because again, in the recreation of this world, he's going to allow all these people to fulfill their own wishes as well, right? But I don't know how he can fulfill like some of these wishes though. You know, some of these wishes are pretty crazy.
Only me?
Mark these words, Snowy. See you tomorrow.
Stop! Don't. It like triggers, like it's like, you know what, like a sleeper agent. It triggers like an emotion in my heart. Like my heart starts pounding every time I hear it. Man, it is kind of like crazy to think about the idea of like the way these visions are being presented, because it feels like they are like mid flame chase journey versions of the visions, right? And versions of these characters. And they're talking about like Phainon, like, you know, being the one who is going to fulfill all these wishes, going to carry the weight of all these characters. And we know that like that's what Phainon kind of like is in the end. Whereas it felt like Phainon at the start of her journey was kind of just like the guy who was like a massive hero, but wasn't like as important. It turns out that he was like the most important. I guess we can talk to Anaxagoras.
Phainon, my student. Must we go over this again?
My student.
Listen well. I detest the word wish. It reeks of mortals crawling before their gods. My life's work is done. All that remains is for you to take the final step and prove the ultimate truth.
And that is to prove the idea of the rebirth, right?
I, Anaxagoras, shall become a god of the new world. Through irrefutable logic, I will prove that mortal wisdom can achieve divine greatness.
And those were his theories. And technically, when this whole thing is done and Phainon completes this thing, it would prove that this is all completely true, right? Even though, like, he pretty much has proven it to be true.
Isn't he, you know, a little...
sexy?
I mean, I just daydream about hero stories, but he's fantasizing about becoming a titan.
They're, like, very, like, confused wonder in Phainon's voice during this as well. That's your future teacher you're talking about. His ambitions rest on your shoulders. Little does he know that, like, out of all the dreams, Anaxagoras becomes the most, like, obtainable. You know what I mean? Out of every one of them in a way, you know, because it's the most, like, straightforward. Because it's, like, almost based in scientific fact.
Come on, you're joking, right? Am I really being burdened with a dream that feels more like a fantasy?
That's what's so crazy, is like his dream is genuinely like the most like analytical one of all of them, but it just doesn't seem like that now of becoming a Titan, right? It doesn't seem like that. When that's what in the end Phainon wished for, is for everyone to become those Titans. It's so funny. And it's so intentional why they're doing this, right? Because again, his one is the most obtainable. It's the most like straightforward in a way. Not straightforward in terms of its grand scope and like what we revealed. It's a big bout of lore, but now that has been revealed, it's like that's just scientific now. That's so funny. That's so funny. I never liked ripping off band-aids, to be honest.
Phainon? Since when did you become so timid? Asking such juvenile questions about
oh my
wishes.
gosh, the first thing you say?
What's that supposed to mean? What's with that condescending tone? No way I become friends with this half-naked show-off, right?
That half-naked show-off is literally your soulmate. Sorry to... Yes, you had to become close friends. You'll be the kind of friends who think nothing of sitting shoulder to shoulder in a hot bath. Oh my freaking god, Stel.
Horrifying.
Horrifying?
Is that really something I'll enjoy one day?
Again, he doesn't know. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the greatness, right? I'll just say this right now. There are people in the Honkai Star Rail audience that would pay to have that animated.
What are you mumbling to yourself now? Whatever.
Whatever, man. Let's go to the bats. Let's play kissy kissy hug hug.
The wishes of the Kremnon warriors are done, but I survived 1,000 deaths only to fall to a coward's blade. That masked flame reaver who struck from behind.
No, these visions of what we're seeing here are literally current moment. That's what they are. Because he's talking about how he died to the flame reaver.
Phainon, you look... never mind. That blank look tells me you're completely lost.
A little bit. He's about to say you look pretty.
My wish is simple. One honest duel. Face to face, blade to blade.
He's smiling.
Then I'll strip away that mask with my own hands.
Nothing but violence and vengeance. This person's wish is nothing short of brutal.
No, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at the smile on his face.
Still, those eyes burn with the noble pride I've read about. This wish, I shall not forget.
And that's a great way to describe it. It is a burning passion here. So that's what these are. These are visions of these characters from the end of from the point they are right now, and we're hearing their wishes because they can still be fulfilled, right? Like Tribi, the gatekeeper Tribi says she wants to see Trian again, who died first. That's it. Yeah, and when she said she died first, I was like, oh, okay. But like, because I thought that maybe there was a certain timeline, but then that makes sense what Cynthia was saying. And like all these wishes that they have as well, like I think the fulfillment has to go through Phainon, because like a lot of the other stuff they wanted has come true, right? Like legitimately. Yeah, I might actually record the last bit, like the last 15 minutes or so. What's your here? Yeah. Just so we can like have it all there in one shot there. But yeah, really incredible scene there. Like, I'm really happy that they didn't make it into some sort of thing where like I was gonna cry. Not because I don't mind crying, it's just because like I feel like in this magical place of wonder and like we're starting to understand some things and stuff like this too. I feel like, you know, treading out these characters again to be like, hey, right, like when we just literally had such an emotional time to be like, hey, like here you go, cry again, instead of making it very funny and jolly and charming and making us remember the good times we had with the characters, was actually very nice. It was actually kind of a nice experience rather than being something terrifying, which is rare, but it's nice. It's nice to have. It's a nice feeling. It is.
So tell me, has the uncertainty in your heart begun to fade?
So many faces in my future. So many wishes. Still, why would fate choose to show us this path?
I wonder if it's to give you determination of some kind.
What's weighing on your mind?
I cannot believe we're looking at, like, every time I see Dolomem, it's like mind-blowing to me.
Didn't you say disaster would strike Amphoreus? If so, shouldn't Cyrene and I stay in Ides Elysiae? How could we possibly meet all these people?
Even the darkest storm must eventually pass. Perhaps they'll come to Ides Elysiae. The calamity is what sets you off on your journey.
If that's true, then who will protect everyone in Ides Elysiae?
How do you break that to him, right? About what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I think it's like, it's almost, you could put two and two together, but it's like you wouldn't really think of that when you're like finding in this moment of like, it just means like a lot of people are gonna die.
Cyrene, may I have that deliverer card?
Of course. But why?
Although those voices, visages, and wishes may seem far away now, I can't ignore the sense that something is calling me.
Yeah?
Bidding me to take a hold of it. Maybe its true weight can only be known once it's in my grasp.
Oh my god, Phainon, yes. Like, right now it seems like Minamos is just some crazy dude who wants to sit in a bath with you, but like, you have no idea how these characters are gonna mean to you very soon.
In that case, accept this gift. Oracle cards carrying time's wisdom, blessed by Orynyx. May they journey with you, become your memories, and spark rippling waves of change in times to come.
That's all of this is going to happen. All of this, the rippling waves of change, 110%.
I'll hold these words close to my heart. But now that I'm holding them, they don't seem all that different from ordinary playing cards.
Yeah? No.
What? What's happening?
It's not happening right now, is it?
Everyone, we've got big trouble, Mimi!
No, it's not happening right now.
Burning, smoke everywhere.
No.
It's all coming from beyond the maze.
What's going on?
It's a flame breather here right now this second?
It's here. The seeds of disaster have already taken hold. Sooner than we had foreseen.
That's so freaking brutal, no.
This time, not even the Veil of Evernight can shield
Not
us.
even Orynyx can, like... Oh, I never wanted to see this.
You mean Ides Elysiae will be swept up in the prophesized catastrophe?
Yeah, right now.
I'm afraid so.
Oh, this is so brutal, man. I kind of felt it. I think you guys felt it too. I kind of felt that it was like we were gonna see something like this. But I was kind of like putting it to the back of my mind because I don't want to see this.
My children, take shelter in the Membrance Maze.
Oh.
One step outside, and this horror will consume you both.
But my parents, the whole village.
Oh, the sadness in his voice as it would be. We need to save them now, but...
You're right. Chief, what are we truly facing? Is this the power of a Titan?
Oh my god, his voice is so... Like, as he would be, he's so worried, he's so terrified.
This is beyond any Titan. Beyond any danger you could overcome with strategy alone.
Beyond any Titan. To me, that screams like an Aeon, right?
It's an unspeakable horror that twists all life into abominations that never bleed nor cry.
Jesus.
Even Titans fall to its corruption.
The Black Tide.
Burning from within until only empty shells remain, knowing only death and destruction.
And they talked about the idea of destruction taking over Amphoreus as well. Is this the Black Tide?
The Black Tide.
Yep.
That's what this calamity truly is. It consumes all in its path, sparing none but the Membrance Maze.
Not even Titans can...
Yeah, oh my god, like you hear him like kind of like... It's so childlike in a way to be kind of like, you know, like, can this happen? Can this, you know what I mean? And not that I'm saying it's childish. I'm saying it's like, this isn't the Phainon we have today. Of course, there's nothing wrong with Phainon being worried or terrified. But you know what I mean? Like, here he's allowed to be kind of like worried and terrified.
Yes. So please, Don't leave this forgotten realm the gods abandoned. You are the first to uncover our presence, and the only two who can enter the maze. We don't wish for you to throw your lives away.
Phainon, what path do we take?
And even Cyrene's, of course, again, I keep saying like, oh, of course they're worried about this. Of course it would be. The dread you'd be feeling right now, the terror you'd be feeling right now. That's the one that seems like it's the one that's golden. Protect those who must be protected.
I learned the sword to protect those close to me. If I run now, I'll never be worthy of lifting a blade again.
Then we know what we must do.
And he never wanted this, man. They never wanted this. They just wanted to live a peaceful life.
Indeed. Our friend is right. We must take action. Forgive me, Chief, but Ides Elysiae needs us. And as her child, I must act.
Very well. Make sure you protect yourselves.
This is so crazy, man. The fact that we're even going to see this as well.
With me, Cyrene. Join us, my friend. Even without a sword, I'll take a rake. Even with the roughest steel, I'll keep our home safe.
Fine, and that is incredible. I'll take a rake. And that's him basically saying, like it doesn't matter. I will defend this place. It does not matter. What I have, I'll defend this place.
The card's truth extends beyond its mere literal meaning. There's another hidden layer within. Not someone perfect from the start, standing high above, casting merciful gazes upon the world, but one who starts small, from a humble village, expanding their world within step by step, learning to save others as they grow.
He wasn't perfect to start off with. This wasn't a perfect being, you know what I mean? It's not like he was like this perfect chosen one.
When we were little, I told him I wished this world would never need a deliverer.
I remember that was like one of the first things we heard, right?
Now that wish has shattered. Yet I'm glad he's chosen to walk this path.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's like, we've known what she wanted for him. We know what he wanted for themselves as well. And I think she's saying here when she says, and now I'm glad of it as well, is that at the time she wanted him to kind of just stay who he was. And he wanted, you know, like forever, of course. If he didn't want to be delivered, he didn't have to be. But now that he's actually chosen to do this, now it's actually his choice. It feels like Cyrene's pride comes from a place that's kind of like, he's grown. He's gotten to a point where he's sure of this.
And all of this happened because you believed in him,
Because
friend.
we believed in him? How does that work?
Shall we? It's only when you're by our side that Phainon and I, that our hearts find their courage.
I have no idea how this works.
I know you're watching us right now. Aren't you, great hero from
Stop.
the future?
So Cyrene is able to like see that we are from the future. She knows this.
Oh, deliverer.
So the whole time when she's winking at us and she's kind of like smiling at us and she's doing all this stuff as well. And maybe when she says like that, this line here, by the way, which is, it's only when you're by that side of Phainon and I find that our hearts find their courage. But she said Phainon and I, so that still sounds like she's talking about from the past. But we know that like Stell has brought great courage to Phainon. Phainon said it himself that the Trailblaze has made him a better person. Hearing about the Trailblaze, being inspired by the Trailblaze. And now we have Lygus again.
Such cruel irony. Though destined to bear the world's burden, this boy can never become the hero to bring forth the dawn.
What do you mean by this? What are you talking about? Yeah. Wait, don't tell me. I don't know what. Is this a joke or what is this? Please.
Follow their path. Bear witness as this man, forever denied the mantle of hero, takes his first step on the path to deliverance. Watch this memory play out its final act. See with your own eyes how everything began. Then you'll see why his dream of deliverance was always destined to become this world's requiem.
This world's requiem.
A sun red as blood, wheat fields turning to dust, and in the heart of it all, a village aflame. In that moment, the boy stood in what felt like the end of existence itself.
Can we? I don't know if that's still the. Yeah, sorry, no. That I thought. But we'll remember what he said anyway about the idea of he was always destined to become someone's requiem. Look at him! Oh my god! And we're seeing what he looked like at the time as well. Look at this. So is he fighting the Flame Reaver right now in this moment?
These creatures, they're everywhere.
It's the Black Tide. Oh, the fear in his voice as well.
Someone, anyone.
Oh no.
Where are you?
Begging for help. Wait, they know his name?
No. It can't be.
Oh my god, the people. He's talking when he says, where are the people? He's not asking for help. He's wondering where everyone is. They're Black Tide. They got taken by the Black Tide. That's brutal. That's so disgustingly brutal.
Are you talking to me?
They are. That is so horrible to even witness. And this was his first taste of like a real battle as well. Wait, what? No. That's not Cyrene, is it?
No.
No.
That ribbon.
No. Cyrene got taken by the Black Tide like that? I thought it was the Flame Reaver who killed her.
Livia.
What's Livia? No, my god. I thought it was Cyrene. No, it's Livia, the little kid.
I should have known.
That is so he's been cutting down. Oh my god. That is horrific. How do you even come to terms with this?
Please. No.
That is... How is Phainon even a normal... Like, I'm not saying that if you go through trauma, you don't become a normal person. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that I don't know how he hasn't, like, talked about this all the time, because this is, like, insane. This is insane.
Stop. Please stop.
Oh my god. You had to cut down these little kids that were taken by the Black Tide.
Olivia. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, Phainon, you couldn't have done anything. You couldn't have done anything.
And these monsters, they're
all the people of his village. So the Black Tide is taking these people. Before we thought it was Titan King, right? It's the Black Tide is also taking all of these people.
Why? Why is this happening?
Jesus freaking Christ. Oh. Honkai, what the hell? Phainon.
When the Black Tide arrived, the wavering boy found resolve in his companions, and together they ran toward their first battlefield.
It's the first battle. I feel sick. I feel absolutely sick. That is so brutal. The idea of the village becoming these Black Tide creatures, still having some sentience and calling out to Phainon.
In the far-off future, the land of Amphoreus would bear the marks of the hero's footsteps. With sword in hand, he would inscribe an eternal mark in the golden epic.
It's insane.
And when dawn broke over scorched earth, a boy, covered in wounds, buried the dead one by one. His silence heavier than the earth he moved.
Is this him saying that he buried every single individual body by himself? That's what they're saying here.
His home, his past, his name.
Jesus, man.
All buried beneath the soil.
Like symbolically, it's like that. Like his life was left behind in that world, buried in the soil only.
His feet carried him forward, over the pillar of stone, beyond the chalice of plenty, through the deadly fogs of the hand of shadow.
All this journey he went to find before he's found by a Glyon on Akama.
He wandered without direction, like a withered leaf drifting in the wind. Through countless city-states, the smiling visage of the white-haired swordsman was etched into memories.
A smile that was like covering so much darkness as well, and so much of that past too, and like, because we knew it was brutal, we knew it was horrible, but witnessing like that is just, it's a whole different story, it's a whole different idea.
Yet he did not walk without purpose. Deep in his heart, a voice always guided him forward to fulfill the wishes he had inherited, to brave peril, and to do all that was within his power to save those who needed saving. Those words his friend spoke long ago, when his journey began.
And it's so sad because like he became such a hero, he became someone that people can rely on. As Cyrene was saying, like he would build up to that. Right now, he wasn't born perfect, he became perfect. And it's not perfect in terms of just like perfection, like in terms of like his face or his personality. It's perfection in terms of like what he did for people.
Protect those who must be protected.
Wait, how does that work though? Isn't this what Stell said to him? How does that work?
The words were few, but they gave him all the certainty he needed.
How does that even work?
That's what it means to be ordinary and choose to be more.
Onward he walked.
Ordinary and choose to be more as well.
The call of the flame chase journey thundered across the land. In the vision painted by prophecy, humanity would triumph over the gods, seize the core flames, and ignite a new dawn for Amphoreus.
And is this like present day that they're talking about now? But like he said he's not going to get to do that, right? Or along those lines?
Yet losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, where life too seems as small as a speck of dust. Only one who treats the world as their teacher can bear its eventual destiny. Are you prepared for such teachings?
The voice within spoke, and he answered softly.
I'm taking screenshots of this as well, guys, sorry.
No matter. My existence is of no consequence.
When the Gold Weaver called, he answered, traveling to the holy city. There the elders met his warrior's spirit, with nothing but scorn, condemning him to the barracks in derision.
So he was like, when he arrived in the holy city of Akama, he was arrested first.
No one saw it coming. Not the world, not even him. Yet, this nameless recruit stood at the gates of legend.
This nameless recruit, so like...
And there, at last, he found the ones who would walk his path.
Wait.
Right beside him.
He's talking about all the people that he found. So is the nameless recruit, is that... I thought it was maybe Stell. Is he talking about maybe... Is that Phainon is the nameless recruit? My existence is of no consequence. Act 2? We're going into Act 2 of this now?
This is the abyss of fate. Hold on. Phainon here too? And is that Mighty and Trinan?
This must have been early on, right?
And now, Act 2 of our immersive drama unfolds.
This is all very wild to take in all at once, guys, but it's so brutal.
They're evacuating the temple. Why now?
Are you insane? That blonde man is the Crown Prince of Krymnos. Mess with him, and every last person in this city could wind up dead.
Calm yourselves. The Holy Maiden has everything under control. We need only wait patiently.
The people in the back frantically praying to the gods as well.
Behold, it is the month of Gate, light calendar 4926. The Crown Prince of Krymnos, Mighty Moze, has led his forces to the gates of Akima. As you know, though Mighty Moze was proud, he did not engage in needless violence. He challenged the elders of Akima to a duel, not for glory, but for the rights and dignity of his people, to ensure they wouldn't live as second-class citizens in foreign lands.
He also carried the burdens of his own people so much on his own shoulders as well, didn't he? He was always thinking about them, even if Kratos was taught differently.
After Aglaya's mediation, Phainon met Mighty Moze's challenge as the Elder's representative. This duel was to change the course of the Flame Chase journey itself.
So that was the duel he wished for then, I guess, Mighty Moze?
So, as Phainon's most important companion,
He keeps saying this.
His lifelong friend, please continue to bear witness to his memories.
Yeah, this is a perfect place to take a break for this episode, guys, by the way, before we go into more things and go into Act 2. But I'm not gonna lie and say this isn't like confusing at times. 110%. He keeps saying that we were a lifelong friend of Phainon. And not only that, but our words meant something to him. Okay, so I'm gonna try and like ascertain all the stuff that was happening there. I think there's so many things that goes on in this story now. And I actually think it's probably like the most wild Honkai Star Rail story's been, because I feel like there's always been times where you're like, oh wait, what happened there? Or oh, did this happen? If that, you know, you're kind of asking those questions sometimes. But it doesn't always like get this much like levels of what, you know. I feel like that happens here. But I think we can go through like every single scene as we often do, bit by bit, and maybe try to like piece everything together that way. Maybe we open on Cyrene. And Cyrene, I should say. Cyrene, her swing on the swing, which, by the way, an incredible scene, and just, like, instantly, like, setting up the idea of who she is, like, this mystical, warm, open person that, like, was built up so much in her mind, and now we see her here almost, like, as this heavenly force. You know what I mean? Like, on the swing, you're singing this song. And almost instantly, we see that Cyrene, like, acknowledges Stell as something different from this world, it feels like. It's almost like a breaking of the fourth wall here, where she's kind of like winking at Stell. She's talking about Stell being like, you know, a hero from the future later on. She talks about a connection that she felt with Stell as well. So there is like this thing where like she definitely is noticing Stell a lot more. You can tell like in these conversations already though, which is so incredible. I love that you can see that like they care about each other so much. Like, they've told us the care that they've had for each other. They told us all this stuff, but they're showing us, like, these little things, like her talking about the leaves in Phainon's hair and him talking about how he's grown up now. He doesn't need you to, like, you know, baby him and all this stuff. Those little things make it, like, shows the comfort that they have around each other. And it's really sweet. It's a really sweet moment, and it's really great to see this, like, right in front of our eyes as well. I even think in this scene as well, by the way, she even says to, like, Stell, like, hey, you're playing along with his antics, which I think could just be like, hey, you're playing along with Phainon, but also I think it is kind of a little bit of like a wink wink. You're playing along with his antics, aren't you? They both had a dream that a voice was calling out to them. And that there to me also screams the idea that like fate is closer than we think, especially later on when they talk about the idea of fate like closing in, the wheels of fate turning once again. It seems like something was about to happen anyway, and that for the dream to happen on the same day where they fell asleep where Phainon fell asleep, where Cyrene fell asleep, it does to me scream the idea that like both of them had like a, you know, almost like a premonition of maybe something that's about to happen, or a feeling that something was about to happen. And they want to find these oracle cards. The oracle cards are what we find out later to be like the cards that we get, that we read in the As I've Written, which is a super interesting like way of doing this. I think we'll probably learn more about all that stuff as it's going forward, but my interpretation is that like those oracle cards that we received, or that we see, are Cyrenes, right? That's what we can say at the base level of this stuff as well. So we have like different scenes here that are actually really, really nice as well. Like Phainon finds the figurine from his past. Phainon finds the bottle that he sent into the future. He even talks about like the stuff with the bottle where he wanted to carry his wishes beyond this world and have them send something back. And really this drives home this like idea that I think is like such a central part of the story so far, and that is the past like being left behind, but never truly being left behind. They talk about it later on with the death of the people in this village as well, but it really does feel like, you know, there's a big theme of the idea of like, and it's not even just in this, sorry, like the idea of like things catching up with you, right? This is always something that like is talked about quite a bit. Everyone's past is obviously a big part of their future, but in this case, I feel like it's emphasized so much that like the past will reappear in some ways. And you see this here like with the Flame Reaver, when the Flame Reaver, like no matter how much he tries to move on, the Flame Reaver keeps showing up in front of Phainon and doing the same thing that he did to all the people back in the village again here as well. The stuff with the doll, the stuff with the bottle, like all the stuff, like Phainon tries to like move on or tries to move forward, but the past always seems to like, you know, come back up to him as well. Yeah, there's also like scene after this where they go into this like beautiful, beautiful location, and it's really like absolutely fabulous. It's like kind of a closed off area here. And that's where like Cyrene says a bunch of stuff to Stella again about the idea of her showing up unexpectedly all the time. Liga says she's very mysterious in this moment as well, which she is, but she also has like a warmth to her 100% at the same time too. He even like tries to put something in her mind again, which he's been doing this a lot, and I actually like want to talk about this during this whole conversation as well. The idea of like what he's trying to put in our mind, but he's not revealing everything already. The idea of like, do we have a connection with this gal? She was talking about how she wanted to become the priest of time, but she was worried about like fulfilling the prophecy, because then it's like this thing of like leaving this world is kind of scary. And I wonder, does that mean that she going to take over Ornyx? Right? Do you think that's what was going to happen? Or she says priest of time, so maybe it was like actually just like something different there as well. I wonder. But yeah, another conversation where it seems like she's trying to like call us to the side. Even later on there, where before we go into like Mem Village, she talks about how like the wheels, I was talking about earlier, the wheels of fate like what are still turning. And she's thinking like, you know, she has a request for us, but she doesn't want to say it until like much later on. And it's so like interesting to me as well, like the whole idea of like the wheels of fate turning once we go in here, because I felt like Cyrene knew something was like, or felt something was going to happen, because the only person who really feels totally off guard about what happens here in the Grove fully, in my view, is Phainon. Like obviously like it's still a shock for Cyrene and like the people of the Mem Village, but I think Phainon, it hits him the hardest, like almost instantly, about what's happening here, you know, and he feels like he's the least prepared for what's happening here at the same time too. And we do go into the Mem Village, and the Mem Village is so pretty, and it's such a shocking moment because we haven't seen any other creature like Mem before. So seeing multiple Mems here bring up a lot of questions, right? But because they're acting so naturally towards it, what's so interesting is that we have this really cool thing with this whole thing we're on, where Stell now is reacting in a way where she's on her own basically in this world. No longer can she react in a way that Dan Heng reacts to her. Dan Heng's like, wait, excuse me, can you repeat that? You know, Stella's kind of standing there going, wait, Mem? You know, are you not pink? So like this confusing aspect of this world of like, why is there a bunch of Mems here? This must be where Mem came from. They said they named these Mems as well, so like there's a possible chance that like they named our Mem, but like they said a new fairy was entering this grove, and I wonder if Mem was the new fairy or something. Was she like the last fairy that came into that beautiful area that they were in as well? Which, by the way, that whole location's gorgeous. Like this whole, and not even just that location, this whole world that we're in here right now in terms of Elysiae. Talk about building up a world as being like an absolutely gorgeous location, and then coming into it and feeling so magical, so gorgeous. Like you can feel the heat of the sun beating down on you. Just a really beautiful place. Like it's full on like the best place you could have a picnic here. But yeah, like I wonder where else they're going to go with that idea of like, will Mem be able to talk to us about this when we see Mem again? That's what I'm thinking of. Like, will Mem be able to remember this in some way, shape, or form? Right? But there is like obviously a connection between Mem and this world as well, because like they're exactly the same. Even like, you know, Bangs McBob with the floaty Bangs McBob, like she was even like saying like, was it Dolamem? She was even like, talking about the idea of like a new fairy coming to this world will show certain doom in the future as well. And we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. But yeah, they give us the book as I've written. And this confirms that the prophecies that we've been reading and the stories we've been reading are not like tellings, it seems, of the past. Technically, they are prophecies of the future. So as I've written, has actually been prophecies this whole time, and it seems like there might be Serene's prophecies as well. Yeah, it's a really, like, I don't know. It's a moment that, like, again, is passed by so quickly because of the way this world is. Because Stella can't react in a way it's like, oh my god, because she's like can't really like, because she's gonna be like, what's wrong with you? We have this scene where like we're kind of like learning, oh, there's new memes here. There is the book as I've written, like these prophecies, and like Stella has to kind of just like go along for the journey and hope for the best, like I do as well. Because I feel like sometimes the reason why like the other stuff is like easier to understand sometimes is because I feel like, naturally they will have a character be like, and that's why this is, yeah, in a very natural way. But yeah, very, very interesting as well. But they said like, there's a new, the Evernight says a new fairy will enter the maze. I'm thinking that might be Mem, and a calamity is on the horizon if that happens, if a new fairy enters the maze, which that means that Phainon and Cyrene decide not to leave just in case there is a calamity that happens here, so they can stay here to defend everyone here as well. And I think there's like a big emphasis in this whole story, and I think it's a really well done way of doing things too, of the idea of like, whatever comes our way, we will face it together. And I feel like, there's discussions of like the past, always catching up to you. There's discussions of the future and the prophecies. But I think the most important thing about this always is that like, it's like, hey, whatever happens, we will face it. And that's like a really important aspect of like, I feel like Stella and Phainon's relationship as well. The idea of like, look, we keep going. And it really feels like they're constantly running through like the fires and the flames, there's a feeling of like people are dropping around them, they keep going and they keep going. It's devastating, but like it is a really well-written story of characters that are going through so much. But again, they keep facing the future together, whatever those prophecies may be. But yeah, like there's a big emphasis on the idea of the like, let's face this together for sure. They talk about like all the different characters that Phainon will meet along his journey and who's in the prophecies of people meet. They talk about like obviously the Weaver, stuff like the Gatekeeper, the Ruler. And I think that there's a lot of stuff that's interesting that they said here, but I really think like one of the most interesting things is like Phainon saying like, oh, Aglaia is so elegant and amazing, and like has such a status about her. I could never reach this status. And it's like, it's so funny that he legitimately will take her job. You know what I mean? He will. They talk about like, the idea of like the Midamos, like he had like isolation, I think it was, and like how he's like a isolation and warfare, and that technically is like kind of like what his whole gimmick was in a lot of ways too. But they really did fit the characters in a lot of ways, in my opinion. And they welcomed all these figures into like this area. And I think even like Lygus says that it's to show him a glimpse of what the new world could be, right? The idea of destiny stirring, and this is basically his future. Like all these people are basically his future. It's an incredible moment as well, but to see all these characters, because for me personally, it was one of those things where like, I didn't feel sad or I didn't feel like I was going to cry. It felt like they were being very nice about this and giving us like these characters in a very happy tone and like in their happiest state that they could possibly be considering the circumstances. So we actually got to have like some nice conversations with them. Yeah, it was a really beautiful scene. Like he talks to each character, they express their wishes to him, and I think it's also to show like the burdens that we will have, because we talk about this all the time. He's carrying these people on his back, and he feels, and even thing he says himself, he feels like this is something calling towards him. Like all that's happening here is something that's dragging him towards the future. And I think it's a really good way of having him follow his prophecies and follow his future, is talking to these people and understanding like what he's going to have to like do in the future. Because the thing is, he doesn't want a lot for the future, right? They talk about how he like, he will stand like Kepley, compared to Kepley a lot already. Like even I think Bob's McBangs compares him to like Kepley as well, and he talks about how his parents don't want this from him, and he didn't want this from him. He's like the most like gentle soul in the freaking world, and we see this through this whole story. He's so gentle. We'll talk about that more in a bit when I just want to talk about like what I loved about this as well. But it's definitely a thing where I feel like this was helping him understand the burdens and what he will have to carry in the future. He also says during this thing too to Anaxagoras, how could any human measure up to a Titan? And it's so funny that like out of all of the discussions they're having there with all the different characters, Anaxagoras is like the most like doable because it's just facts. What he's saying is just like, hey, this is the truth in a lot of ways. The Flame Reaver arrives in a devastating moment. And they talk about how this is not just the Flame Reaver, but also the Black Tide, a horror beyond any Titan, the Black Tide. Even the Mems don't want them to leave because they love them so much, Cyrene and Phainon, but he says himself, like, I will take a rake if I have to. I will do something like this, and we even say words that mean something to him. What was the words that we said to him? It was like, what was the words? Protect those who must be protected. I don't know if that's us saying to him or that's him saying to himself, but he said those words are said to him later on as well at the same time too. But this is one of the most horrific things we've seen in this game. And we didn't even see much. But Phainon basically has to kill Livia and kill all these people in his village. It's one of the most devastating scenes you could witness because this is a character who's so gentle, so nice, and so beautiful, and such a beautiful soul. And the torment that he had to go through here to fight against this Black Tide, it's a calamity amongst like any calamity you can think of. And I need people to understand this. It's like one of those things where like Elysium is made to be perfect in such a beautiful location and how gorgeous it is, because as soon as the Black Tide comes, like you feel it even more. And I want to be clear, even if you have like even if you live in like the underground, like, and everyone lives in the underground in tents, right, of Akama, you still don't deserve to be destroyed by the Black Tide. It's still gonna be horrific, but I think it's like an intentional thing to contrast like these golden Elysium versus the Black Tide and the destruction that you can witness there. I don't think it's unintentional at all, 100%. But yeah, it's a brutal sequence with Phainon's voice actor once again doing such an amazing performance, you know, absolutely curdling and skin crawling, hearing like what he has to do here. Oh, and I should say before that as well, there was also the part where she said something really beautiful about Phainon, which is like his prophecy isn't that he's supposed to be perfect. His prophecy is that he's going to be perfect in terms of his growth. He's going to grow perfectly and learn to help people and save people and take care of people, and all this is going to happen because we believed in him. And again, she says a thing where it's like we stay by her side, right? We stay by their side, and that's how she's able to grow. They keep bringing up this idea of like Stell being by their side. This to me like is such like it's a mind F that Lygus is pushing as well. So I definitely like want to like know more about this. They're definitely 110% trying to like push this idea of Stell was there. And I don't know how this works. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm sure they'll reveal something as time goes on as well. But like right now, it's like one of those things where it's like, what the F is happening? You know what I mean? I'm definitely interested to see like where the context of Stell was there. Because again, it's one of those things where like if Lygus says it's like, oh, could he be tricking us? But the fact that like also like we have Cyrene acknowledging us from the future and then also acknowledging us as someone who has to be by Phainon's side and give him motivation towards the future. And they talk about us being his best friend for life. It's so interesting, and it makes me like want to know more while also like having a bit of confusion, which confusion is not bad, by the way, because confusion leads to realizations. So I never like think it's bad to have realizations. I think Lygus also says he's like the boy who can never become the hero, or something like that as well, or he's forever denied the path of the hero. And really his goal, his whole thing is like a requiem. And a requiem has multiple different meanings. I know all of them, but I think that like requiem like could be used in any context here in most cases, especially when it comes to like the idea of remembrance and stuff like this too. It could definitely be like that as well, especially with the Titan Fury and all like that as well, gazing upon this world at the same time too. As he left, they said he buried everyone in his village one by one. And that was him burying his name and his past and everything. So that's why they call him Nameless, by the way. And that's why he probably is so close to Stell, and why he probably relates so much to the idea of the nameless travelers. The idea of leaving like a past behind to like trailblaze a path to the future is something that he can definitely follow, in my opinion. And I think that's like definitely like intentional. It's intentional to have him like constantly being so like, oh, the trailblazing thing inspires me. And then also he be called the Nameless as well. Right, there's no denying that that's an intentional thing that they definitely put there, and I think it's honestly like a really great thing that they put there as well, because I really adore the trailblazing idea, right? And Phainon adores that idea too. And I feel like, you know, if you'd asked anyone out of Amphoreus who could be a trailblazer, you could say, I know everyone's going to be like, well, what about Mighty Moze, what about Casters? I don't think so. And it's not because they're not amazing characters who can do something absolutely incredible. I think the reason why Sunday is a trailblazer and Robin isn't is like it's two different things, right? Sunday needs to like make a blazing path for the future. So being a temporary trailblazer makes perfect sense. He needs that. And obviously you can say, well, why can't Robin make a blazing path for the future? I don't think Robin's path is a blazing path. I think her path has like been already good. You know, it's already been great, and whatever she's doing good. And I think with like Caster, she's found her path. And I think with like Mighty Moze, it was never meant to be like a trailblazer. It's not like a trailblazer. He is a defender, an isolated hero. Whereas I think with Phainon, leaving that past behind and trying to move towards the future and making it's not his own path, but it is like a thing where like he is trying to help people as he goes along. He's trying to like fulfill people's wishes, and I feel like this is actually so close to what the Trailblazers kind of do sometimes too. It really is to me, and I feel like there is like that connection where Phainon could be like a perfect Trailblazer in my view, personally. But yeah, there's so much to love about this entire quest here. To me, like the confusion over the friendship thing is like crazy, or like you're friends for life. To me, there's like a really great beauty to like the relationship between Cyrene, Phainon, and with Stell as well. I love the interactions with the characters that the past characters that we got to talk to as well, like that I've gone now. It was actually a very sweet moment, and I think it's a really great and nice way to like give us like a little bit of time with them that isn't just like me bawling my eyes out, to be honest. I think that was actually really great. The locations themselves are absolutely gorgeous. Like the place that we entered was so stunning. Phainon's voice actor put on the performance of a freaking lifetime here. And I think it just goes to show, like when we met Phainon, he was a sweetheart, but he wasn't who he was now. And you can say, well, Calvin, he was younger and he didn't go through as much. That's the point. That's the whole point. Before Phainon fought the Black Tide, before Phainon killed Livia, before Phainon did all this stuff, he had a bounciness to his voice that he doesn't have now. He was like putting inflections on that we never heard before. He had a high tone that you would never have heard before. And Phainon's voice actor just deserves an award. I keep saying it, and they're all great voice actors, but Phainon's voice actor just did something absolutely incredible with this character, where you can take his voice lines from 3 different parts of the game and tell exactly what. And it's an unrelated voice line, just him talking. I'll say this, right? You could have his voice actor say "I love ice cream" in the 3 different tones that he uses throughout the game. The tone he's using now when he was fighting against when he's moving on past the Flame Reaver, the tone he was using when he first met us, and the tone he was using back then. And you could tell exactly which era he's trying to do his voice from. That's how good it is. That's how good he is at doing this. He's fantastic at this. And it expresses such an amazing emotion that it's hard not to just feel so sad for Phainon, as he's such an incredible character, and you it's almost like it's almost like we're clairvoyant, but we can't do anything to stop it. You know what I mean? We can see the future and we know what's about to happen, but we can't do anything to stop it. We can see the sweetheart of a character and we can't do anything to stop him from going down a certain path. We can't stop the Flame Reaver from attacking. We can't stop any of this. It's depressing. It's truly, truly depressing. I love the introduction of Cyrene. I adore the kind of cheeky dynamic that she has with Stell. She's also very mysterious, of course, when we talk about the warmth she has too. And I actually really like this way of storytelling that they're doing here. At first, I was kind of like, a bit off-put by the way Lygus tells stories, which is like, as I said last time, it's like him saying, like, is someone asking Lygus, hey, do you want like a sandwich? Sandwich. Bread. Do you know where bread came from? All in due time, I'll tell you. It's like, well, I think it comes from like, you bake it. Ovens. Wouldn't you like to know? Well, maybe the oven was you all along. It's like, okay, Lygus, and it's like, and again, I'm not saying what he's saying is bad. I'm saying he sometimes just says stuff that it's like, he's always just like, soon you will know. And what he's saying obviously makes sense, but it's like, he like gives you like, it's all, you know what it's like? He gives you like the carrot on the stick, but then like you go to grab the carrot. And like, then you're like, where's the carrot? And he's like, what carrot? You're like, no, Lygus, there was a carrot here. Oh, you mean the carrot? The carrot? Well, let me tell you about the carrot. It's like, it really feels like it's that way. But because the way that this is done with the storytelling, I actually think it works really well with his narration sometimes, where it does feel like he's showing us like this unbelievably amazing part of the game where I don't think flashbacks always work in stories, but I think this flashback is working really well because it's a different way of doing it, having Stell involved in this, having her directly interact with it. It's a really interesting idea. Now, there's going to be like a lot more revealed about this as well in the future. Of course there will be. don't spoil anything. I know that some people might feel the urge to be like, oh, I have to correct them. It's like, don't worry about it. I will get everything in the future. I know like the way I do thing is I kind of slowly creep through everything, but I'd rather do this than just rush through it. You know what I mean? That's just the way things are going. Yeah, this was really, really incredible for even if you're only here for a short time, because of course we did the banner thing at the start. It still was an incredible time for me. And I'm just super impressed. I'm super impressed with the new world we got to see. I'm really terrified of all like the different the different lore that's getting dropped on us. The idea of like this stuff with Phainon and going through his past is both equally amazing and terrifying at the same time too. There's so many things still left on the table about like the idea of us being lifelong friends of Phainon, the idea of who is Cyrene, the idea of the as I've written stuff, how does Cyrene know us? Like all this stuff like is like so interesting to me, like in how we're gonna try and like figure this out, I feel like. And like everything Honkai Star Rail, there's always gonna be like so much intrigue going into absolutely every single part of this game, which I have not a problem with this. Oh yeah, and about Mem as well. Mem, like, you know, was she the last fairy that showed up that like brought the actual calamity here as well? Yeah, and also like it's just like what's gonna happen at the end of these stories when we realize everything and we get into like act. I'm assuming there's gonna be 3 acts probably, if there's gonna be acts. But yeah, it is it's a lot. It's a whole hell of a lot, but I think it's really, really well done. I think it's unbelievably well done. They don't shy away from it being dark. They don't shy away from it being horrible. The scenes with Phainon fighting against the people in his own village, absolutely horrible. And using that as an emphasis to show that since everyone he knew was gone, using it as like saying that's why he's become like nameless in a way, he left his name behind even. It's all like dark, but like so well written. It's just so impressive to me. And like at first it's daunting, but like I don't mind. I don't mind being a little confused because what we're experiencing is something truly special and I can feel it's truly special. It really, really is truly special. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting me always. If you want to see these videos early, it is €1 or whatever is in your currency, the lowest tier of Patreon and YouTube members. And you get every single Honkai Star Rail video early. If you want your name in the credits that's going by right now on the screen, the text credits, that is €10 or whatever it is in your currency, and that is in the end of every single video. And then if you want to have your name read out at the end of every single video, that is the €15 tier, the highest tier of my Patreon and YouTube members. And we're going to read out the patrons first, which is Typharo 2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Delicious Felix, Yuld, Anusta, The Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, Hyde Kasperian, Jerabinum, Neo Showerite, Leo 200, Malcolm Kunde, and in the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Musanagi. See you guys soon.